Yeah, he froze up on this side.
No, he back.
He back.
I'm back.
He a professional now.
He
He a professional now. All right, let's get this bully talking started. Hold on, let me send this thing down. Oh, wait. Any people out here want to? Okay, so what was you saying, Jay?
Hey.
Jay, you want to do with that blood? Jason.
Yeah.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Hey, now that I got a RKC shower and a judge, I was thinking about coming to RKC. Is the dogs worth it over there? Is the competition level there like ABKC and the UKC shows?
I don't know what the I've only been to one UKC show. That was back in.
I've been to like 2, 3, and we just talking dogs. You know, the dogs there. We're not talking blood or it's a bully or not. I'm just saying the venue and the quality of the dog. Is it there?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely there. It depends on the event. It depends where it's at.
It depends on the show.
You know, I mean, we'll see what happens with the RKC. I mean, I did a lot of work with the RKC this year. We stopped all the shows just because I had to get, I mean, all the policies and procedures needed to be rewrote. The standard needed to be done. Put a lot of work. It's whether Fabian's going to follow through and do what we all agreed upon, you know. If he doesn't, then, you know, I won't even support that shit myself. But, I mean, there's definitely good quality dogs. I mean, it's like anywhere. Hey.
Is a UKC show worth going to?
Just so everybody's aware we live.
Not if you're showing American bullies. But as far as you're looking for what a show? Go ahead, Tony, my fault.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, you know, UKC hasn't picked that momentum up as far as for the American bullies yet. Especially because they're charging $50, you know, to switch over. That's a lot of money. And I think if they did it for free or for a small fee, a lot more people would have switched over by now. But they haven't.
I don't see the point of doing it, period. Especially if you have an established program. Because when you change your dog to an American bully with UKC, you lose all your PR rights, which means that when you get your paperwork back, your dog is going to be the only dog on the paperwork.
Yeah.
You can only breed.
I mean, you're still.
No, listen. Once you get your paperwork back, your dog is the only dog on the paperwork. And now that you've done that, you can't breed your dog.
They're not the only dogs on the paperwork.
Yes, it is.
The pedigree is still there. The pedigree is still there. You do lose the purple ribbon status, but the dogs are still there. Your dog is now considered an American bully and cannot be bred to anything with the PR status because that's only pit bull.
That's what
Now, what if your paperwork was already UKC and they were accepted by the ABKC? If they was already PR and say they're in the UKC before they recognized the American bully, everything started. Say my paperwork came PR. They'll strip it down, even though I went American bully, even though they recognized it at first as the pit bull terrier.
No.
Yeah, they'll strip it.
Let me explain this because you and I had a disagreement about this.
Talk at the same time. So
listen, but it's wrong. What you're saying is wrong.
Hey, why don't you let me finish and then you can tell me I'm wrong?
You just said it all right. Go ahead.
Finish and then you can tell me I'm wrong.
All right.
When you change the dog over from a pit bull to an American bully, you lose your whole PR rights, which means you lose your pedigree. Why? Because you can't breed your dog with any dogs that are still registered as pit bulls. You can only breed with other dogs.
That is correct.
As correct. So you lose your whole pet because now your pet is going to start from the 2 dogs that you're using that's gonna build off of that. All that other shit in the background, it doesn't matter. You don't have that no more. So
yeah, but you don't lose your dog. You don't lose the dogs. I mean, you do and you don't. Listen, you do and you don't because, okay, what happens is it's a different system, okay, for the American Bullies. So because they're taking pit bulls and switching them over to American Bullies, all the dogs lose their numbers, okay? So all dogs are assigned a number. But when you switch them over to American Bully, the pedigree will still be there, but the dogs will not have the same American Pit Bull Terrier assigned numbers. You'll just have dogs with no numbers.
Right. Which means that those dogs are relevant in your pet because it doesn't matter.
That's how the present.
You can only breed them dogs with other dogs that are registered as American Bullies.
True.
It's not registered as an American Bully, you cannot breed. So if you got a bitch and you register her as an American Bully and you see a stud that you like and he's still registered UKC as a pit bull, you can't breed him.
That is true.
So it's got to be American Bully to American Bully.
Right.
Correct.
And to me, that means you lose your whole pet. Because it doesn't matter what your pet says if you can only breed to them two dogs. When you
so
get
your dog.
This is what she told me when I called. She said, when you get your paperwork, it'll be your dog, and then when you breed to somebody else, it'll be those two dogs. When that paperwork come back, it'll be those two dogs, and then the offspring, and it'll branch off of that.
So that's where the American Bully name will start, but behind them you'll still have those other pit bulls.
Right.
It'll benefit you, like as far as showing somebody what the pet is, but as far as being able to breed to, like, if you, all right, if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on this call. If Damien and Jesse are the only 2 people that register their dogs as American Bullies, and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? How does it benefit you to do that?
I personally wouldn't do it anyway, man. I don't believe in it. I don't support them fools. I keep my UKC paper as pit bull only, point blank, because I just can't. I can't do it.
Well, my last thing, I didn't give out no UKC paper.
So those.
What'd you give out?
ABKC.
Word.
See, I just give out both sets just to make it. You can go where you want to go with this dog.
I've been giving UKC and register ABKC, and then you can go do that yourself. But I'm sitting here. I'm as a breeder. I'm telling people, especially people that are not a part of the community. I'm telling them that these are American Bullies. I'm explaining the breed to them, breaking it down. I'm conversating with them. They understanding that they get an American Bully. And then when
my phone's gonna die. Look, my phone just went from 50 to 4 all of a sudden. I told you my battery's going bad. I'll plug it in when I go inside in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Where am I?
All right, so basically the 2 dogs that you start off with an American Bully
look at that muscle, son.
Will be the beginning of the first generation.
Right. That's your first. That's the first.
Raps.
That's it. Anything behind that won't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I just keep my paper.
Because you might.
It is pointless though. If you have. My bad. Go ahead.
It's a catch-22 because you say, all right, I want to do it right. I want to register American Bully so I can have my UKC papers. Well, your dog is 6 months old. You do it. Oh no, you can't do it till they're a year old. Okay, so your bitch is
true.
Old, and she's not ready to breed. 4 months later, after you do the change, you see this fucking hard-ass male. But guess what? They still registered as a pit. Now you locked in trying to run around trying to find somebody with a stud that you want to use. It's going to benefit your program that's registered as an American Bully. So for me, if I'm telling people American Bully and I'm handing them
on the live feed.
I can't even tell you how many times I had to try to explain it. Try to explain it to people. Why is this shit?
So let me ask you this then.
Would it be
would it be just better to give the buyer the ABKC paperwork and just keep in the UKC?
That's what I did. That's what I did my last letter. My last letter, I gave out only ABKC paperwork. I breed American Bully, and I don't want to lose all my PR rights to be able to breed to dogs that I want to because I'm registered with UKC, and they charge me $50. It costs $20 to register a dog. So you mean to tell me that I could register 2.5 dogs for what you charging me to register my dog as an American bully, and I lose all my rights? No, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that after you?
So as a whole community, you think it would be easy just to drop that UKC unless we're doing it for our personal preferences and just give out the American bully paperwork, stop the confusion?
That's what I would say.
Like,
think about it. You got all these people who say I don't want a dog if it don't got UKC papers, but it says pit bull on the paperwork. Why are you worrying about UKC? Nobody's showing UKC. Nobody's breeding pit bulls. Why are everybody so stuck on? And I understand that it's a respected registry, and they scared that these other registries are going to disappear. But breeding American bulls.
That is my thing with all these pop-up registries. What if I do go ahead and support BBR or IB or the next guy? I grow money, boost money, get all your little plaques. ABKC ain't going to go nowhere. We understand that one. But as all your other registries, it's like, man, what do I go ahead and invest all my money in their paperwork, and then what do I get this guy? And who is this registry? He can be like, who is this? Like, what are these paperworks? Where when you give them the UKC, the ABKC, you know, it's more foundation.
I mean,
certain ones are more prestigious than others. Obviously, the ABKC. I love well, I'm not gonna say I love them, but I keep my UKC paper around to hold that. I'm from the old school, I guess. I remember when the transition happened from pit bull to American bully. I remember that transition. I guess that's why I keep my UKC paperwork. The main registry is ABKC, hands down. The only other ones that are doing it on biting at their heels is maybe like the IBKC. The RKC looks like they're falling off. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see really nothing jumping on them lately. The CBR is another real small registry. The RKC was doing real good last year, so I don't know what's going on right now. But the main ones, I always hold on to UKC paperwork, ABKC paperwork, and I'll do RKC and the little one, the CBR one around here. I'll fuck with them too. It's all your personal preference, what you want to do. But like Lauren said, though, we do breed American bullies, so the main one is to have ABKC paperwork, obviously. Yeah, and if you want to support the rest, go to shows and champ out dogs, and then you're doing it for the fun of it by going to the other places.
But now with that, some of the bloodlines ain't get recognized by the ABKC. So now what do you do about just, hey, you're breeding this American bully, but the bloodline isn't getting recognized by the ABKC? So
that's a good one.
How you doing ABKC paperwork?
That's a good one because I'm about to do a breeding to a bullseye grandson to my edge bitch. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll hit you and let you know when I do come across that bridge. I don't know if they're going to be just registered straight UKC. And we know bullseye, that stuff, that's not no pit bull. I don't know. I'd like to have ABKC paperwork on them. I don't know if that's going to happen because bullseye is in like the third generation of those of that dog, or of the puppies. It would be in the third generation of the puppies. Fourth. No. See, with that pushing just the dog out of the viewer's eye, is that what? Just now go ahead and recognize the dog? The dog is still in the bloodline, so what? Just so somebody can open up some paperwork and can't see that dog? Because they're not smart enough to go ahead and know what dog produced what. So, they don't know bullseye's in that pedigree. Yeah, he is. He's in the fourth. Matter of fact, he's doubled up in the fifth. You know, you're only getting a third generation pedigree. How are you going to... That's why I ain't like that Miyagi deal. All right, how you going to let that dog in? What the fuck? Come on now. The dog ain't even in the registry, but that dog is? I don't understand that call.
Well, go ahead. A lot of the things that happen is college. That's first. Second of all, you gotta if you're a breeder, you gotta decide what you breed. If you're gonna breed exotic and certain bloodlines are not accepted, then you need to make a decision on what you're trying to do. But you can't do both. Obviously.
Shit, me.
Like,
Shit,
I think
what
if
to
the
say?
dog is just clean and functional and it should be accepted, I understand when you go train wreck, all right, let's
Well, you
not
can't say that. That's the problem with saying that.
recognize that dog and paper it, whatever. But I would love to use Miyagi and Bullseye and some of these, you can take that dog with some clean shit and maybe create this next dog. But you're not letting me, so you're tying my hands because you're saying I can't use this dog because he's going to be in my first generation. He's going to be their direct offspring.
This is the problem with doing that. You allow that type of mentality, and as long as it's clean and functional, it should be allowed. This is why we already have a problem with people just doing whatever they want with the dog first. You understand? Because people say, well, it don't look bad. It actually looks nice. So fuck it. That's the new shit. And every time somebody do something different, that's the new shit. And everybody acts like they don't know what it is. I mean, that's the problem. When you allow too much leeway, everything you do in life, anywhere you go, there's rules. And if you break the rules, you get the fuck out. I mean, I don't understand. You know what I mean? So,
But I mean, they've been doing that from the gate. Miyagi and Bullseye ain't the first ones. Right now, they're just the face of that situation right now.
and you know what? It would have never came to light. The problem with those dogs when these guys stopped giving a fuck about how the dogs look, and people started speaking on it, and then people started blowing each other's stuff. That's what everybody was doing. They was nice. I mean, you can't look at Biz Markie and tell me that he don't look like some other shit.
Exact. Biz Markie. Look at Corrupt back in the day. Come on, man. Give me a break. He's a badass dog. Respect to the dog. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. He's a legend. For them to kick out these dogs and you could still have like a Corrupt in your pedigree. Come on, man. Or like Biz Markie or fucking who else was out there that was fucking crazy, man? I mean, there was just a lot of dogs with crazy big heads. Back in the day, people wanted big dogs. So you had a lot of Mastiff-looking dogs. Fucking, what's his name? Hippo. He had that dog who Whopper in his pedigree or whatever. And Whopper was an Eddington dog. Eddington was a known, what was he, like a dog that Bordeaux or a Mastiff or whatever with Bully Pitbull in him. So, and that's in some of these dogs. So, this ain't the first fucking rodeo, man, but it is what it is. Me personally, I'm gonna breed to some exotic shit to my edge with a little bit of DAC shit, and fucking, I'm gonna do it. And if they don't give me papers, I don't have papers on them. I don't sell dogs. I'm not a big breeder to sell dogs, so it's no biggie to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it.
See, I think you can use some of them freaking exotics, man, for your breeding tool. I understand you take two exotics, you're gonna push some boundaries. But if you understand what dogs are supposed to look like and what you can take from this dog with that dog, I think you can clean these motherfuckers up. And hell, I would use Bullseye with the right dog, with the right female, not just to anything, not just to some more DAC, some more heavy bone up girth. Now I'm talking slim him down, tone the girl down, and see what he can do. Basically start over. Take him and restart him.
Well, I personally, I want to do this exotic type,
Oh, I won't breed exotic just because too many health problems and it's just too much nonsense. But I believe you could take exotic and you can raise him and you can clean him up where he's gonna give you that 8-year-old dog, and you can bring any standard dog you want. I sit my exotic mixture next to him all day long, and we talk clean, functional, healthy, muzzle, teeth, hips.
Okay, all right. Listen to this. Let me ask you a question.
Hey, somebody turn their TV off or their radio or whatever's in the background.
That's you, Jay. I don't got nothing on there.
Who? Yeah, somebody playing music.
I ain't got nothing. I got mine on mute.
Yeah, it's not me.
Hold on, I'll tell you who it is right now. You ain't got to lie.
Do you hear
ain't
it?
gotta lie, Craig. Craig, you ain't gotta lie.
Yeah, I hear it.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you who it is.
You ain't gotta lie, Craig. Where you at?
Take my headphones out, just make sure.
Somebody done turned it off.
It's music.
It's still on. Hold on, I'm going to tell you who it is right now. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
I take my headphones out and check. I was like, hold on, I can't hear nothing anymore. My cheek.
There go Craig. There you go.
Nah,
It was
man.
you, Craig.
It wasn't me.
It was you, Craig.
All right.
Goddamn, my
But
bad.
anyways,
My
boys, what's
bad,
up?
y'all.
Look. All right, this is what we gonna do. So that way nobody talk over nobody. When somebody starts talking, I'm gonna make them the main screen, right? And then when they finish talking, I'm gonna go to the next person. When they on the screen, nobody talk. So that way everybody can get heard and nobody's talking at the same time.
Bet it up.
Because when I switch it, y'all can see it, right?
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, try doing it real quick.
All right, I'm on me right now, and
I
then
can see.
this question is for Jason, so I'm gonna go to him after I ask the question. Now, saying like as far as bullseye or whatever, and I'm not gonna pick no bloodline or nothing like that because I'm not biased or nothing. I'm just trying to make a scenario so you might be able to see things a little bit different. If certain bloodlines are not accepted, there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. That's first of all. But when you look at a lot of these dogs, you have to look at them understanding that they not what you see. You understand? A lot of dogs you see in pictures, they don't look anything like that in person. A lot of dogs you see in video, they don't look like that when you see them in person. They do certain angles and they got them little apps that put the bubble in the middle of the video, and that's why the dogs don't move. You see them standing there holding the dogs in one spot for a couple seconds on the video because there's a bubble in the middle of the video that makes the dog look like more than what it is. So now with that in mind, take this into consideration. When you got them dogs, I'm glad I got this video shit. All right, look. A lot of exotics, if you notice, when they stack them up, and that's too close. All right, look. When they stack them up, if you notice, they always like this in the picture, right? You never see them sitting up like this.
Yeah.
Always like this. The reason why they sit like that is because the elbows on the dog is not supposed to point outwards like this. Okay? They're supposed to point backwards. You can still have spread without having the elbows pointing out like this. So now turn your elbow like this.
Oh, no, you get it.
Listen, I'm trying to teach you time, man. Listen. This is one of the things that they look for in exotics. They want this type of thing. Okay, but you have to understand, I'm going to get to the point. If you do like this, right, and you try to straighten your shit up, if you feel how much pressure is on the back of your shoulders, you'll understand why you always see them dogs sitting like this in pictures. Okay? So now, you got a dog that's like that to start with as your foundation. How can you build off of a dog like that? Because when you start your program, you're going to be breeding to outside shit, but once you develop your look, you're going to start inbreeding, right? So if you're taking two dogs that's already like that to start with, how can you stack that blood up? That's why you have all these fucked up dogs, because they're not thinking like that. You cannot start with a dog that looks like that. You understand? And then taking it to another dog that looks like that because everybody's like, yo, that's badass.
And that's where they failed, because they took it to another dog like that. But you now let's flip that shoulder. Now let's say you can't breed out them elbows. Because if I take that exotic dog, we'll say exotic dog with some slight elbows, and I keep breeding classic, you don't think I can fix them elbows?
Well,
Granted, you will lose the bully traits, or you know what I'm saying. You will, but I'm just saying you can breed out or breed in traits.
No, what would be the point of breeding? What would be the point? And I'm going to you next, Jesse. What would be the point of breeding to a dog that has traits that you like, and that's why you're using the dog to turn around and wash it out? Okay.
Exactly.
No. Just to breed, if it came out, if the elbows came out more faulty, you can go find a more bully dog with keeping that trait in mind, because that's what we're saying is complementing each other.
No.
So if I go,
when you're starting with a dog that has that bulging muscle that's on the side of the arm, and the elbows are turned down like that, that also affects other parts.
That's where you started wrong anyway. I would definitely admit there. That's square one.
Square is on me right now, Jay. I'm gonna go back because I gotta go to Jesse. We keep going back and forth. Jesse can try and get it appointed, but if you got a dog that got muscle here like this, and their elbows are turned down like that, you got to understand that that's not the only problem the dog has. If they have that problem, there's a lot more problems with the dog that you don't see. You cannot build off of that. If you look at pictures of Miyagi, he looks really husky. He's not a husky dog. He don't got no bone at all. You understand? No bone at all. All he got is them little fucked up legs and a smashed face. That's it. When you talk about
I personally see Miyagi. I know the dog. I've been on the West Coast before I even came and touched the East Coast. I've been on the West Coast for the last 4 years and seen all the heat waves they talking about. I've seen all the dogs.
Them exotic dogs don't got the bone in the body like these dogs, man. And these are not even inbred at all. You understand? I'm trying to tell you, man. You don't have to go to dogs like that to get that.
You don't have to, but I'm saying people can and they will use them dogs as breeding tools.
You can't.
They've been doing it.
You can't. Well, tell me one dog. Just name one dog on you right now, Jeff. Tell me one dog that came off of one of them dogs that's a good specimen.
I'll follow them dogs, so truthfully, I can't tell you.
While you think about that, I'm going to go to Jesse.
What's up?
Nah, you was trying to say something and then...
I don't forget, man. I done lost my goddamn train of thought, man. I wanted to debate with y'all what y'all was talking about, but we've already passed that, so I'm good, bro.
Man, taking them exotics to them classics and making sure you can clean that shit up.
Right there, yeah, like I agree with Lawrence. It becomes pointless when you try to take an exotic to a classic because then you lose what you're shooting for. But what I'm going to do, I'm taking a very bully compact pocket bitch that doesn't have I don't like her face. So I'm taking her to another small compact pocket boned up dog with a crazy extreme exotic mug. Like, he's not exotic to the point where he's fucked up. He does have a slight elbow thing. He does, I ain't gonna lie, very slight, and that's a trait that I do not like. But it's not bad, and his legs ain't fucked up. He don't walk all fucked up. But I'm doing it to change the structure of my dog's face. If you breed these dogs, if you know about these dogs, you know it's very harsher. You can have a whole lot of body, a pocket, all that, and it's hard to change that face structure. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to go extreme exotic, or I like those dogs, I really do. I'm not gonna lie. But I can't go that far out. That's why I'm using my bitch Tokyo. I think she's the perfect fucking dog for that. But I wouldn't take a classic dog to an exotic because then you lose everything. Like he said, you wash it all out. It's pointless. But
classic dog is gonna carry more terrier in the blood. Terrier
it cleans that up. Very strong blood, and it cleans that shit up.
And it will take over your blood and change the whole look of your dogs real quick. You understand? Mm-hmm. That's why you see a lot of these dogs that they go to these really extreme looking males and the puppies don't come out looking like them, is because the females have that terrier look in the face. Even my last breeding that I did with Phantom, her muzzle's kind of snipey. It's not long, but it's snipey. So I don't really like the faces, but the bodies I love. So I'm locking my body down. I'm going to start working on my head. And I'm not doing it. We haven't done any inbreedings yet. When I start doing my inbreeding, then we're gonna see what happens. See, a lot of people don't realize when you do inbreedings, you lose bone too. If you want bone in your program and you want to keep it in your program, you gotta breed bone. You gotta breed dogs that carry bone to those that carry bone, but you have to look at the pedigrees, not for what dogs, like what names is in it. When I look at a dog's pet, I don't care about none of that stuff. I try to use recognizable dogs because people funny, but when I look at a pet, first to third generation, top to bottom, all the dogs in the pet, from the top to the bottom, first to third generation, carry the traits, carry the bone, the body, the height that you want. The dog is not made of anything else. You're not going to get nothing else. That's why you see all my litters. I show all my puppies. All my puppies are really thick. That's around the same height and everything because I'm not just putting dogs together or trying to stack.
I'll be right back.
I'll
be right back.
Yep. I never breed genotype. Not yet. When I breed phenotype. Strictly off of the way the dogs look. Compared to the way the dog that I'm taking them to look. And the pet, as far as the dogs, the way they look. Fuck 2 times this and 3 times that. I don't care about none of that stuff because I'll show you 2 times and 3 times garbage. You feel me? It's not that shit doesn't matter.
That's where I'm just taking traits from certain of these dogs. That's why I'm gonna use everybody's blood. Even I got one of your dogs up here, that motherfucking shortcake. I got her. She going to LoJack.
Who?
The EBK
Strawberry.
dog from what is
That's not
they
mine.
got plans to go to LoJack.
That's not mine. That's probably.
That it got the stamp on it. Y'all go ahead and be whatever we not go. But anyways, but that boned up bitch. You know what I'm saying? she definitely what's up. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man. That's the formula, and I ain't making that. It's nothing. This Chinese. I was trying to find out about genetics. The genetics.
Oh, bring her here.
Don't worry about genetics. Genetics. Don't worry about genetics. You look at the first to the third, top to the bottom. You want big blocky heads. Make sure all the dogs got it. You want short, wide dogs. Make sure all the dogs got it. You want the bone, the body. Make sure all the dogs got it. You put that together, it can't throw you nothing else. The only way you get anything else is if you take a pocket that came off of a litter that had pockets and standards in it, then that's when you get pockets that throw standard dogs. And people be like, damn, this motherfucking pocket, he throwing them big ass dogs. Well, he got an 18-inch brother. That comes from taking pockets to standard dogs. I don't do
that.
Pockets to pockets, standards to standards, XLs to XLs, bone to bone, no classic to pocket trying to add bone. I won't do that. If you want to do that, that's on you. I wouldn't try to add bone to a dog that I know is not going to give me
nothing.
It's not
going to give you nothing.
It's like this. All right. Let's say the dog's not in my yard. I got the male, you got the female. And you come to me, you got classic female. You're like, yo, I want to add bone to my program. You want to do a puff back. I'm going to say no because I know it's going to benefit your program to do that breeding because you're going to add more than what you have, but it's not going to come close to what I have, so it wouldn't benefit me to do that. You understand? You take a boned up dog to a classic, and that's when you shooting for them litters where you get one hitter. One nice ass puppy out the litter. And people, that's all I need. You want that dog to produce, no question. You want to make sure all the puppies in the litter is like that. You know
but man, I ain't seen a litter yet that is consistent across the board, though, honestly. Like, real talk, 9 out of 10 pockets and shit, they got bigger brothers. The only people that I see consistently producing pocket-ass, crazy, boned-up dogs, leave her in here and close that door, please, is your boy Nolan over at Short Bus Bullies. That's the only guy that I see consistent. Other than him, anybody, you look up anybody. We'll think about a badass dog named Jesus and another one named Henry Hawk, owned by upstate New York. Right? They're off of that big ass dog named Tokyo. What's his name? Champion Stacks or whatever. And he was a big dog, badass motherfucking dog, but a big dog. And he's producing a lot of little pockets, but you're gonna get big dogs anyway. 9 out of 10 litters where you get pocket dogs, they're all big dogs. So it'd be hard. That's ideal to take pocket to pocket and all that and get it, but it's rare.
I took Phantom to Lingo. I mean Phantom to Sadie. Right? Both pockets, both come off of pockets, right? Listen, Sadie is off of Gold Bullion. And Lady.
Oh, that's another guy. He's got a consistent litter. Those guys out there with Gold Bullion.
That's because he knows the formula, not the blood. The formula of breeding pocket. This is why every single puppy in that litter is a pocket. Every single puppy in that litter is a pocket. I've seen all of them like not too long ago. They all pockets. That bitch, I'm gonna pull her out, yo. She's little, man.
Talk to me in a year. You'll get a big one. There's gonna be one that's not gonna be pocket. I promise you.
I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. Just trust me. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
You don't know shit.
I told every shut up, Fag. Listen, I'm gonna mute you if you start talking shit, nigga.
What up?
Oh man, I'm on Jesse as opposed to be on me. Listen, I took Sadie to Phantom. Okay, Sadie is off of Gold Bullion bred to Lady Gaga. So you already know what Gold Bullion is, and you know how short he is. Lady Gaga is off of Fonzie and Champion Kendrick.
Big dogs. Fonzie wasn't a little dog.
Exactly. He wasn't. I tried to
Fonzie
tell you
was
that
not a little dog.
before. I tried to tell you that before.
Oh, your camera's not on, and we got a new system here. If the camera ain't on, you're not to talk.
What happened?
Yeah, Craig, hush your mouth.
Listen,
What'd you say? Hold on, what'd you say?
You gotta hit your camera.
Come here.
I got you.
And this is a new system. If the camera is not on you, you're not allowed to talk.
Hey, but it's not, when you put it on somebody, it's not making it big up here.
Right now, who's it on?
You.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Jesse.
That's because
Yeah,
you're on the
but-
computer.
If I click on,
All right, every time somebody talk, I'm switching it to that person.
On
no,
your
but
end.
it only shows on your end. Like I can click on Sean, and now he's on my screen.
Yeah.
I have it on you, and it's consistently on you until I switch it.
Right.
So,
So when you click, we gotta click.
like we in school.
Yeah, we just raise our hands. Yeah.
Shit, we
Fuck
already in the hush corner.
Yeah. All right. So, anyway, Lady Gaga was like 14 and a half inches tall. You know how short Phantom is. You know how short Gold Booty is. You know how short Phantom Mom is. I mean, all those puppies. Yo, Lingo's legs is only like this long, right?
Okay, so
Go ahead.
let me ask you this. Phantom is little. You know, I've seen him. I love him. He's one of my favorite dogs. He's my ideal fucking dog. But his brother,
He's a big dog.
he's a big dog.
The only one in the litter that came out like that. But he's a big dog. And
He's a big ass.
that's because Meek got that
Come here.
dog in his back on that Remy shit.
And then a lot of like Rembrandt, all the, you know, like the Remy stuff, all the Remy stuff, those are big dogs. So that's why I'm telling you, huh?
I never seen Rembrandt in person.
He was a big dog, very big dog.
Yeah, he's a big dog.
He carried a lot of mass and shit. He was just a big ass dog. But so that's what I'm getting at, like consistently across the board. You're throwing pockets right now. Phantom is a little ass pocket, and I see where you're going with it. You know what I'm saying? Breeding small to small, bully, you know, with substance. But it's still gonna be. It's hard to say that that'll produce nothing but pockets all the time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. But if you breed to Tokyo, if you were to breed a dog like Tokyo, you know what I'm saying? You'll get some small ass dog. You know what I mean?
Hint. That's a hint.
Ain't no
Nah,
head.
man.
You're supposed to do it like 3 times already.
So come here. Come listen to this guy. Come here.
We're supposed to do it like 3 times. Matter of fact, she's supposed to be here right now.
Hey, that's on you. Don't put that shit on me, goddammit. I was gonna take that bitch up there Thanksgiving, y'all. Don't let that motherfucker say nothing.
Listen, Linda, listen. This nigga was over there drinking on that Modelo.
Ah, here.
He's over there drinking on that Modelo. He started talking crazy. So, being that I got respect for my homie, and I don't want no misunderstandings, I made sure it was an understanding between you and I before she came up here, so that way it was no discrepancy. And you like me. You like, well, fuck it, we ain't got to do it now. You know what I mean? I'm listening away, so I can see you.
Nah, but we'll come together. We'll come together eventually and do some shit, because I do like that boy. I done got one locked in right now, but that may be the one, the third time's charm breeding. You know what I'm saying?
What's on that?
Did he come back?
Oh, what? What's up? What's up, man? What's up?
Raise your hand, fool.
I can't raise my hand. I got a rotisserie chicken in it.
Oh, no. Oh, man, he talking about some chicken. Hold on, son.
Hey, you gonna get the brothers in here hype, bro.
Well, yeah, I got you.
I'm playing goddamn, they didn't laugh at that, Lord. Shit.
You got that hot sauce on that chicken?
Oh, I got hot sauce, son. Oh yeah, I got hot sauce. You already know. Damn, what's up? What's up?
Oh, look at this motherfucker.
Oh, midnight snack.
Now he
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hey, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? All right, hold
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna hit you with some. Hold on.
Oh, he about to hit us with freestyle, y'all.
Oh shit.
Check it, freestyle. Hold on. Come here. Good girl. How what you guys doing? Good girl. Come on. I'm gonna hit you with a freestyle, all right? Hold on. Don't be fucking with my food. I'll beat that ass.
Come here, girl. Get over here.
Y'all making me miss my dog.
Wow, where your dogs at?
You gonna have surgery.
Hold on. What the fuck's this
Soda
motherfucker
crack money.
text?
Tom, what's up with your camera?
Yeah, we texting.
I got some weirdo texting me like I'm supposed to know who the fuck he is. Hold on. That's I had to switch off for a minute. All right. Where are we at? Hold on. Down. All right. Hold on.
Come here, Tom.
I think we got somebody else here ready to come in. Oh, that's that dude that bought fancy.
What's the matter, girl? Come here.
That's a nice little lily right
Damn,
there.
you see that? Oh, yeah. There we go. Bam. Let me get low on him.
You know what?
Nice.
Oh, damn, look at that dome piece, son. Oh, my bad. Oh, that's a female? Oh, yep.
Yo, go to that top right one right there. Yeah.
That's a male. I like him. He's one of my, that's a female. That's a male over here. Hey, no, that's a champion boss hog right here, boy. Woo!
That's Boss Hog, who?
My champion boss hog.
Oh, okay.
Come here, Tokyo.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, y'all. The original Dandada.
No, listen, hold up. Hold up. He ain't
The
say,
original Dandada.
he ain't say dual champion boss hog. He said champion boss.
Got him.
Got him.
You ain't getting me?
He said Boss Hog
Hey,
holds one more title.
Hey, hold on. Everybody was on the line last night, right?
No.
I think we had a little discussion. I think Lawrence's own words were like, the show titles really don't mean much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking. I thought I dropped it out. All right.
I said,
All right, let me step away, bro.
what I'm saying is you said a dog's name. His name.
Damn. Calm down, son. Calm down, now.
Oh, my dog's name is Dual Champion Boss Hog. I knew you wasn't talking about him.
Ooh, just get a close up, son. Oh, you want to see that? Look at the consistency. You see any breeder with consistency like that? Show me one. Damn, that's consistent.
Nice.
All right, that's enough. Hold on. Where's my boy at? This is my boy right here. Yeah. Hold on, what you doing?
That nigga trying to wake up.
He's doing a wheelie. You don't want to lean forward.
That nigga like, leave me alone so I can sleep. Damn, bro.
What are you doing?
Niggas eating and shit. Got me motherfucking fat ass hungry.
Oh, yeah, this is a...
The monkey, boy.
Damn. Hold on.
Tokyo, come here. Tokyo, come here. Come here.
Come on, stop dropping food everywhere. Go ahead. Bam.
It's over here raining like a mug.
Oh, yeah?
It's raining out there too, right now?
Yeah.
Damien, where you at? What state you in?
I'm in Arkansas.
Is it cold out there?
Nah, not really.
Where you at, 716?
Man, I'm in New York.
You talking about you in New York? You in Niagara Falls, right?
Ha!
Hey, now break out your map and tell me where the location is.
New York State, but when you say New York, people automatically assume.
Oh, because I'm not from the borough.
I'm from Harlem.
I'm not from the.
I say New York.
I'm not from the boroughs because I'm not from the boroughs.
Harlem. So when I say New York, it's New York.
Because I'm not from the seven. I'm not from the 7 cities, huh?
I ask you where you from, you say I'm from Niagara.
Oh, how about I say I'm from Canada? How about I say I'm from Canada? Would that help you out? I'm from Canada. You understand?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I'm up here where it take me 3 hours just to get away and another 7 hours just to get to the show.
Woo! It gets cold up there.
It take me 2 hours just to get out of my little city.
Tokyo.
And yo, the boy,
Jesus, where you at?
he live all the way up there. The boy be down this way all the time. You got a kid down this way, right?
Yeah, I got a wife down there.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, where you at?
I'm in North Carolina.
Down there in the
All it does is fucking rain there.
It's been raining lately, but it ain't too bad.
It's been raining almost every day here for the last 2 months.
Man, I don't know when I stayed in North
We had some
Carolina.
good weather.
Yeah. For the last 2 months, I remember we got a lot of rain. And shit, this whole year we got
Y'all got to get to Cali and check that weather out. That shit 70 and sunny all day long.
Nah, it's been raining in Cali, yo. They've been having like floods out there, yo, because they were on a drought.
No, that's crazy.
I got a lot of people that live out Cali. It depends what part.
Jen was ready to leave. Come on, she's sick of the drought. As soon as she leaves, it start raining.
Yeah, they've been having flooding. Oh my God! All I know is this beans and rice is hitting. Woo!
Hey, somebody else is trying to get in, I guess. Lawrence.
What's his name?
Ebizael.
I just sent him an invite. I talked to him.
Ezel?
Yeah,
What did you say, Ezel?
he said
Abizael.
he said he in.
He said something like that. Yo,
He said now what?
tell him to check his email. Click on the what he got to click on, Damien.
No, he got
If you just go to Hangouts and say accept his invite, it'll bring him right in. You don't even got to go to
I
his
typed
email.
on tell him.
Let me see. How do I do?
I don't know why. I gotta figure out why.
I'm about to make y'all hungry, son.
I'm good. I just ate, boy.
You're about to get hungry again, son.
What's that? What's that?
Damn, yo. Beans and rice with some rotisserie chicken up in that joint, son. Ooh, you like that?
All that organic shit.
Alright, whatever.
I like my food greasy.
It's greasy.
Tokyo, get over here. Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Oh.
Come on, man. Yo, I'm gonna put you away.
Come on, look, they about
Put your ass away. Come on.
to rape Tone for his food.
Divine verification code. The fuck?
Jesus, you got problems over there?
Problems.
And what you eating out of Tone? It look like
No,
one
there
of
you
these
go.
casserole dishes. You hungry, son?
This one?
Yeah, nigga, that look like some shit you about to put in the oven.
That ain't even that much, man. That's a bodybuilder's meal right there, son.
That's some shit right there.
It's called a balking.
Huh? Called a
It's
bucket?
called a balking dish.
Oh, I thought it was the bucket.
Stop, soldier.
Yo, that ain't even that much food, son.
That's why you always be shitting, motherfucker.
That's why I got swole, son. See that? That's a tricep.
I forgot we was
See
live.
that?
Talk about Tony.
I ain't even worked out in 2 months. See that tricep? Don't get knocked out.
Nah, we can't see that. Try again, Murasoka. Oh, now you know how to be quiet when you eat, huh?
He covering that dish like we in the pen or something.
We ain't gonna take your food, Tony.
As this dog is about to rape him for his
But you want to see it? Well, I got you like that?
dog's about to rape him.
Hey, Tone, you gonna eat that
What up?
cornbread?
Ah! You can have that.
Oh, Jason wanted to see Rose. I gotta go get her.
Yeah, man, go get that dog. Let me see her. I ain't see her in a minute.
Oh, man. Oh.
Hey, Jesse, let me see Tokyo too while you just keep calling her name. I seen just pictures of her. We got live video. Let me see her. Damn it, you got some dogs? Hey, let's see your dogs.
Hey, Tony,
Since we
what
already
you got?
seen
What
all
you got?
30 of fucking Tony's dogs.
Tony, what you got about to happen in your yard?
What's up, bro?
Nothing.
You don't
I got
see
my
it right
litter
now?
on the ground right now.
Just that
Got
one?
it. Yeah.
Come here, what are you doing?
I'm digging that Scarface poster.
Right there. Bang!
Oh, Jack. Oh, boss. Get out. Phantom, go. Phantom, go. Phantom, get out. Come on, go. Come on, let's
Come here.
Damn, what happened, yo? Oh, there. Damn, wait, Law, I didn't know you put your John Travolta pants on tonight.
No homo.
And you got the jeans on? I mean, the shoes still?
No, these are Nike sneaker boots, hater. Okay, there, feller.
We got them
Oh,
ACGs on. We got the ACGs on.
You don't want to use that game.
I thought you were starring in Grease the musical.
Why you a hater, son, with your little schmedium t-shirt you got over there?
Damn, look at that pocket on the sofa.
That's Phantom Son right there.
Yeah. That's Phantom's
I thought it
daddy.
was his dad.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
his
that's his
daddy.
daddy.
That's right, that's his daddy.
And he a super producer. If he produced Phantom,
Goddamn right.
he Dax Light.
Yeah. I remember when I first seen Phantom, but I fell in love with that little motherfucker. Goddamn, he's bad.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, we'll walk it out. Come here.
What's that? Lingo got some drive, huh?
Yeah. Come here, you little bitch.
The spread on her.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, Lawrence, do you still have Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, she's coming back though.
Hey, Law. Law.
Yo.
Beefy ain't never had her litter?
Who?
Beefy, Jen's dog.
I think she might have absorbed them Jones.
Huh?
I think she might have absorbed them Jones.
Wow, that's weird.
Went through all that stress, you know that.
Well, you're not going to absorb puppies when they're already developed like that.
If they can.
No, not when you get...
Who was it? That was you, right, Jesse?
Yeah. I had a full. Goddamn them. Like 3 of them were fully developed. The rest of them were absorbed, and even the ones that were developed were already started to absorb.
That was just
Really? How far along was she? How far?
What's that?
When did she absorb them?
Man, I'll be lying. I mean, I went to do the C-section around 60 days. So, I mean, ain't no telling. That bitch was probably sick for goddamn a couple of weeks when I went in.
Because usually when they start developing, like, usually when they develop to that stage, man, if they die inside of her, the females develop a serious infection and can die. They usually don't absorb them when they're big like that. I mean, when they're first.
You said she died?
Infection.
Huh?
Huh? Nah, she ain't died, but she had a bad infection.
Tokyo didn't have no infection, man. That motherfucker, they cleaned her out. No infection. She had some infection, but they gave me some meds and I took her back. That bitch was straight.
Yeah, but see, they pulled the puppies out though.
Right. Oh, so you said they would have died and she would have absorbed them and all that black goo would have came out.
She cannot absorb them when they're developed like that. The only time they absorb them is the beginning stages in the first couple of weeks. Once they start developing, they get to a certain stage, they can't be absorbed. They will just die in there and it'll turn into infection. That's why.
Yeah, they get that black, red, goo, tar shit all over. Right? That's what yours had on it, Jesse?
Yeah.
That shit stink. Yo, it's hard to make me gag, like, with smell. Yo, that shit had me like that shit stinks, because that's what happened to Sweet. She had 12 puppies. She had 8 of them, and then she had 2 the next day, and then she had 2 more the next day, and them shits came out with all this black, nasty, gooey tar shit all over me, man.
Hey, so Toad, you think they just, one of them may have died in her, and then they just started fucking coming apart inside of her? Is that what you're saying?
They blocked it up.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your scenario is. I mean, she could start absorbing some earlier. You know,
and then they just killed off the other ones.
Yo, who's doing?
Yeah, because what happens is, that's probably why your other ones died. What happened is, you probably had some die earlier, you understand? It started to absorb, and it probably created... She probably had some... And the vet said there was no kind of infection in there?
There was a little bit of infection in there because they had already been dead for like a week or so. So there was infection from that.
Yeah.
Stick it with glue.
Stick it with glue?
It's meant to do that.
It's meant to do that? Oh, I love kittens. You got any stickers?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
I got new stickers.
Love you.
I took some of them off.
Hey, go get your stickers.
Where is it?
Put them in. Ooh, you put stickers in here, huh?
Uh-huh.
Nice, I like that.
You pull them off.
Don't pull them off, leave them there.
No, he meant to do that.
Whose kitties are these?
Ooh, they're video like that.
That little lady over there.
Oh,
That's my baby.
Hey, you.
kitty cat.
She can't hear you. I got my earpiece on down.
Oh, I can't even see it.
Ooh, that's a kitty
You
cat.
can't see her?
No, I can't see that. Yeah, it'd be.
Oh, there you go. Did they help you pull this one on?
Boy, said we some boring ass dudes doing this shit.
Yeah. I had a female one time, and from stress, she like aborted her puppies. She didn't absorb them. What happened? I thought I was gonna lose the whole litter. I still ended up having 8, but I found a bunch of small, like they almost look like embryos. But she was already like 4 weeks in, and there was like 3 of them just with all blood all inside of her crate. So, and the vet said that that was her aborting some pups.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it was a chance. I didn't know, but then she started getting bigger. I mean, she was already getting plump, but she dealt with a lot of stress. Like, she wasn't fed for days. When my partner died, this dude was supposed to be taking care of the dogs, and she was just in a crate for like 3 days, man, and the stress just, nobody took care of her. So I picked her up. But yeah, it was good.
Whose dog is that asleep?
What dog?
It's a black dog.
That one? Whose dog's that? It's a blue dog.
Yeah, blue, my bad.
That's Sean's dog. No, that's not Sean. Who's that? Oh no, that's Jason's dog.
How's he bred?
That's LoJack.
Oh, that's LoJack. Okay. That's not LoJack. LoJack was fawn.
No, he wasn't, man.
Okay. Oh, LoJack wasn't fawn? I'm confusing the two. I don't know. That's not LoJack. Damn,
that's
he looks
LoJack.
worn.
He getting
worn
worked.
out.
Yeah, he gets worked every day. He's fucking big and dumb. He a big dumbass dog, bro. Like, oh, he really not the most intelligent dog. He just a breeding tool, really. That's all.
Yeah,
I just like his face. I just want to pull this mug out of it. The rest of it, I care less for. I just want this muzzle, real too.
Is he? Yeah, I mean, he's got a crazy. Is he undershot? Looks like he's undershot.
Oh, you want to see the bite? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Everybody put me on the big screen. I'm on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yay! Raise face. Come here.
It got better. It was worse than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I found out, like, little teething. Like, I've been giving him, like, little bones and, like, little rubbers, try to pull it in, and I've been working him on a pole on a different word to try to work that top dog out of it, but that's it.
Give him a little bit of, give him some lime juice. Lime juice and hot sauce fixes that shit, bro.
What you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
With that shit.
That's a Mexican recipe.
The hell you doing?
You about to do it, weren't you?
Oh man, I'm about to go do that shit right now.
Right? I got it both in the fridge right now.
Hold on, y'all.
Huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
No, but serious question on that. on that bite, how realistical, you know, without seeing the parents and everything on the West Coast, how realistical is him throwing that bite? Because I got him lined up for the cleanest mouth I can get him.
He'll throw it. He'll throw it.
The bitch can't get no tighter of a mouth. Like
If he don't throw it, it'll skip a generation.
Yes. It usually skips a generation. I mean, do what you got to do, you understand, to produce a better dog, and then go from there. You'll have some of the dogs that it depends on where you go. You just have to make sure that when you get to the generation after the next, that you also breed dogs with 2 really good bites. And the key is that you have to do your research on the female to make sure.
This is where the female I'm breeding into, that's one of my productions. The female comes off of already 2 clean mouths. I already traced the female that I'm using is already one of my female's offspring and my male's offspring. Both of them are already clean mouths.
But what about her parents? Because from my experience with an underbite, it skips generations, like Jesse said, and comes back. So how about her parents?
Who, the female's parents?
I mean their parents. Yeah, the females.
Well, the female's parents is a champ monster, which he's got a clean bite, and then J-Lo had a clean bite. Now Zeus, I never seen his. He came off Porky to Little Rah Rah. So I never seen Rah Rah or Porky, so I don't know about their bites, but I know the male that I use has a clean ass bite. His bite can't get no better. So on the female's bottom half, I traced it all the way back to the 3rd drain on that bite, and everybody's been perfect. Now from Lojack's top half, I don't know shit about that. I don't know shit about his top half.
I was gonna say focus real hard on that bottom half, on the damn side on the bottom.
No, well, that's my bitch. So I know I produced that bitch. So I know about all their mouths. All them dogs is clean mouths, you know. But he come off of Master Yoda, which is a freak show. You know what I'm saying? So I already got to worry about
it right there.
Yeah,
I got
that
it
right there.
Yeah.
I got to worry about that whole top half, that Master Yoda freak show. I got to worry about that, all that shit up on top.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, just do what you got to do, you know, to try to produce to try to fix it. You know, that's all you can do, man. And hope for
that's what I'm talking. That's where I was talking about them elbows, because Freak Show's elbows was horrible. This Lojack is his grandson. Is this shit, you know what I'm saying? Is it gonna veer its ugly head? Is it that shit gonna pop out? As long as I stay with the standard, you know, female and keep the tight feet.
It's all possible.
This is the key, okay? If you look like a lot of my dogs are pretty good all around. The rear's really good. Where I'm having a problem with through my heavy inbreeding is they go easty-westy some, as you probably saw. Otherwise, they have good layback, really good angulation, great top lines. I don't ever throw undershot at all. Never. I've never thrown undershot dog. Ever. And my dogs are really tightly bred. But that's the key. When you have a dog, let's say with a predominant flaw or fault, the key is to take them, if you can, take them to an inbred dog. What I do, I'll work with 2 different lines. I inbreed them to the fullest on both ends, and then I'll cross the 2 together. So if you can find an inbred female that's inbred and has the features that you're looking for that complement him, and you breed it, you'll have a better success with being able to work that flaw out quicker. If not even, you might not even have to deal with it at all, because that female will dominate and overpower his. You know, some dogs dominate in phenotype, some dogs dominate in genotype.
Now, Tony, when you bred your dogs, how often did you see your females overtake your males? You know, they always say this 70%, your female going to throw this, throw that.
It's not. It's 50-50, bro. It's 50-50 split that both parents. But I feel that some dogs will contribute more phenotype than genotype. You know?
Now, is that because they were bred on a more dominant gene or what?
No.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's a lot of times it's a guessing game. You just really don't know what dogs are going to throw. And then you have, with inbreeding, you have recessive genes that you lock in. So you won't really know till you breed a dog what kind of recessive genes. I've been lucky. my recessive genes have actually been good genes. Most cases, your recessive genes are something bad, like undershot or lack of annulation,
Bad tails.
kink tails, fat tails, gay tail, whatever it may be. So I really don't have problems in any of those areas. The only problem I'm having now, and I bred dogs with all straight fronts because I'm a structure. I mean, it drives me crazy, bro. The little things drive me nuts. And I'm having dogs that tail out, man. It's just driving me crazy. So, it's just one of the things.
How bad? Now, that gay tail, isn't it just like aggression? The gay tail, doesn't it just show, like how bad is the gay? It's just, it's just, because I remember in the game world, you want that game tail. You want that, the higher the tail, that's the more, the aggressiveness of that dog is.
No, because, a gay tail is you got challenged that curl, that they hold it over their top line, but don't curl it over, or it might curl just a little bit, and then gays will it curls all the way over. You don't
and
want
it touches
that.
Their back, correct?
Well, not necessarily. It doesn't have to touch their back, no. But as long as it loops around, like complete over, like a rainbow,
Okay.
There's different degrees.
Like an Akita.
Oh, that's real gay. That mother curling around. Yeah, all the way around. But, no, what you're talking about with dogs with aggression or dogs that are dominant or alert, that's really alertness is what it is when the dogs, post up like that. That's completely different. That's just a dog, being on alert and he brings his tail up. That's completely different than a challenged or gay tail,
So you just say when your dog is just naturally standing in your living room with nothing that's normal.
See, the gay tail, everything is a result of something else. There's usually not, a dog doesn't just have one flaw or fault and doesn't have another one. In most cases, it's usually a result of something else. So in the gay tails, you'll see a lot of dogs with gay tails, they don't have like a sloping croup. That back section in the back of a dog that the tail connects to and goes to the asshole, that's the croup. What happens is usually the tail is positioned up high. What happened there? Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Hey, Jason. Jason.
I don't know. I think he went to go answer a question or something. He just left.
Oh.
Well, he's still there.
I'm sitting in front of this camera like all close, like you guys can't hear me. I got the damn earpiece on. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Hey, so somebody said that there's people on YouTube asking questions.
On YouTube?
Yeah, I guess it's streaming on YouTube. It's just so people asking
Oh, really?
questions about her. Where'd Lawrence go?
Okay, one says, what's the official registry for the American Bully?
What is it? Hold on.
What's the question?
The official registry for the American Bully?
Yeah, one of the YouTube questions is, what's the official registry for the American Bully?
I'm going to say the one that made the most impact is the ABKC as far as up to this point. What the future holds, we don't know. UKC is a very powerful force. They're well organized. They've been around a long time. So, things could switch in a different direction, before we know it. But at this moment, it's the ABKC.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, the next question is, what is the definition of an exotic? Is it a bully mixed with another dog or a mutt calling itself exotic now?
I think only an exotic breeder can answer that, but I mean, it's all.
I was going to say, it'd be better somebody who's actual exotic breeder.
Yeah, because nobody here is really experienced with those dogs.
Listen, whether we're exotic breeders or not, whether we're exotic breeders or not, we're not blind. And most of us know a lot of the breeders and the original people that started with the exotic breeders. I can tell you from personal experience, exotics have anything from Frenchies to shorty bulls in them. Some are doing, put the bulldog in them. They're definitely mixed. You can look at a dog and see the features. That is not a result of selective breeding. That is a result of bringing other breeds.
Well,
And
but
you can see how quick it changed.
hey,
Okay.
You
And the last
you
question,
don't
I guess,
change
is
a
to
look or
Lawrence.
something so quick. Go ahead.
The last question, I guess, is to Lawrence. It says, "When's your next breeding?" But she doesn't direct it to anybody specifically.
my next breed is gonna be horse to Portia. Who's that? Who's that, Damien?
It's hold on. Raphael Wyndham is the dude's name who's asking the questions.
Oh, okay.
What was the question? I didn't even hear. You broke up. What was the question?
He asked me.
Oh, it says, "When is your next breeding?"
Yeah, the next one is gonna be boss to Portia. Hey, Jason. Where's Jason at?
He's back.
I'm right here.
All right, Jason, is LoJack on Bullypedia?
Yeah.
What's his name on?
Remy Lyons, LoJack. Hey, you pull him up by put in Medea's Earthquake Master Yoda and pull him up by his offspring.
Yeah, what?
Put in
Yeah, give me a
Medea's
kiss.
Earthquake
Yes.
Master Yoda.
Cute. I love you. You're so cute. Come here, please.
I believe if you just put in Yoda, I believe he'll pop up.
Give Peppa a bath. Is Peppa going to take a bath? Not yet? Okay. Y'all are being quiet. What's up? Let's get some questions going. What's up, YouTube?
I'm about to show.
Now bring up. Yeah. Now just there. Now that's his dad. Now go to the known breedings. Wait, go up top. Keep going, and go right there, Remy Lyons, LoJack. Go down to his known offspring. There you go. Now bring him up. That's him.
Cinnamon. Leave her alone.
Okay. Now,
I care less for that bottom half right there.
listen, that's why I opened it. Remember what I was saying earlier about? Well, no, that was yesterday. How I was saying about that bottom part is so important, right? Look at the bottom of the bed. Bottom half of the bed. These dogs, so close up like this. This is why he came out with the body. The head, see, if you look at the heads, this dog got pretty much shaped head like that. This one.
What dog is that?
Oh yeah, and then his mama took it. You know him
all
exactly.
All the heads is locked in. That's why he has such a nice head. But
What dog is that?
that's LoJack, the one he got over there.
Oh, all right.
Now I'm gonna show you something, right? This is what the Chinese. Alright, and hopefully nobody gets offended. I ain't gonna pick that dog because somebody throw a dog out there, male. Any male. Alright, I use Phantom.
Yeah, use Phantom.
Yeah, use Phantom.
Yeah, I think you should use Phantom too.
Yep.
Alright, look.
Hey, did y'all get those questions off the
Listen,
YouTube?
everybody argues with me, but I could prove it to you over and over and over and over again. Okay? Okay. You see Phantom here, right?
Yeah.
I can see this. Y'all can see what I'm showing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of your business.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Big Phantom right there. Right. Now look at his dad. Look at his dad's face.
Bam. Bam. Got it. Bam.
Look at his mom and his mom's face. But I found, this is my personal observation, when you, all of the males that I found to be like my favorite males as far as like, yo, I really like him, I really like him, I really like him, they always pull more from their mothers than their fathers. That's why I told you to throw any male out. The males always pull more from their mothers than their fathers. People don't believe me, they argue with me, but the males pull more from, he don't look anything like his dad. He got features of his dad, shoulders,
I don't believe that at all, man.
show you. Look, and I didn't want to use this dog because, you know, I got y'all issues, but this is just for demonstration.
It wouldn't be a discussion if we ain't got issues.
Now look, right. Look.
Hey, y'all get those questions off YouTube?
Look, watch this.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
Look, all right. See who's that, right? You see who that is, right?
That's Denzel right there.
Hey, now look at his dad, and look at his mom. Who does he look like?
Holly B.
My man. Now let's pick another dog. Let's pick.
I mean,
That's four.
he's got his mama's color, though. You know what I'm saying? Denzel's got his mama's color.
Exactly.
He took his dad
Listen.
a little.
When I say he looks like his mom, okay, you have two dogs that you're looking at. Forget about all these dogs right here for right now. You're looking at his mother and his father. Not just the colors. Look at his father and look
The
at
structure of the dog.
They
Listen, but like this is where. All right.
Let me finish my point.
Go ahead, freestyle with it.
He looks more. If you had to pick who he look, and I'm not talking about just his color. If you had to pick which of these two dogs he looks more like, which one would you
Holly.
pick?
He look like Holly to me.
Okay, now
Okay.
now let's pick another dog because I don't want you to just think I'm picking dogs.
Now,
already.
can I say something?
Yes.
Back to what I was saying earlier about some dogs dominating in phenotype versus genotype, okay? It also depends on how the father is bred and the mother is bred.
Exactly.
If the mother is a line-bred bitch that's work assistant, of course she's gonna dominate.
Lawrence, raise your hand. Raise your hand, Lawrence.
Yeah, he cut me off. See that? You can't cut him off.
No,
Can't cut him off. Can't cut him off, yo. Can't cut him off. He can cut you off.
Listen, it doesn't usually happen in inbreedings. If you go straight breedings, I'm telling you, you can pick any dog you want. I promise you, it's gonna look the same way. Pick another dog. Somebody throw a dog out there.
Paco.
Yeah, just back out to Bullypedia and just click on a random dog. Go to the main screen. Whoever added their dog today, start picking on them dogs. Let's pull up random pedigrees.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm handling something.
Go to the main page. Go to the newest members. Who added their shit today?
You better go to a dog.
Who did the females?
The females usually pull more from their dads or their fathers, mothers, or the vice versa. Usually, if the males didn't pull from their mother, they pull more from their mother's father.
Bye,
Hey, listen. Can I? Oh, go ahead, Sean. Good, Sean ain't saying. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
You said the females pull more from the fathers.
Yeah.
Typically.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Look, you ever notice how
Shit, look.
Listen, you ever notice how a lot of people have bred to Dax, right? And they're taking edge dogs and they bred them to Dax. And those puppies come out with 0 looks from Dax. They look like the mom. Because their mothers put in more than what people would give them credit for. Okay?
Hey,
Now,
the mother's supposed to be like 85% of the pregnancy, right?
not 85, but the mother's...
No, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
Not 50-50, man.
It's a 50-50. That's a proven
See,
fact.
here's the debate. Here we go. Here's the debate. I thought it was
It's a
70.
proven fact.
He's
It's
saying
a proven fact.
50-50.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Tone. Tell us how it's
I'll put whatever anybody wants on it. How about that? What do you want to put on it?
Woo!
What do you want to put on it, yo? You want me to go grab a couple stacks?
I got a tangerine on it.
Just prove your
I got you.
I got 5 on it.
point.
Where Tone go?
Getting the money out the refrigerator.
He getting the money
Grab
out
my
the refrigerator.
tangerine, son.
There we go. There we go.
Let's do this. Look. Let's do this. Let's do this. Look.
What? I think what Lawrence, I think what you're trying to say is that the female, this is where breedings fall short. The females, people use subpar females, okay? So you're going to get litters to where, they don't turn out good. But when you use a good female, you can see the resemblance of the female. But I don't believe, as far as science, the male contributes just as much as the female. They contribute 50-50. Some.
No.
Listen,
He's
Linda.
getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Hey, don't eat your
He's
tangerine.
getting flustered.
Now we
Let that man talk, man.
This is what this thing is for. This forum is for this. This right here. Like,
Then raise your hand.
let me put it. Okay.
Lawrence, you gotta raise both your hands.
When we dealing with words like proven fact and things like that, you can't just say something like that and then not back it up. You feel me?
It is. I can back it up. I'll pull up the shit right now. I'm gonna say it.
I mean, look, I bred Tinkerbell to Soul Train, and with all fucking due respect to Soul Train and Jesse, I love both of them, Jesse and the dog. I think Tokyo took a whole lot after her mother.
Soul Train to me was a hit or miss anyway. It all depends when they took that dog to. I drove all the way to West Virginia to see some puppies, and that was a disappointing trip. I was like, the female was just...
Off of Soul Train?
Yeah, off of Soul Train. I love Soul Train. The first time I seen him was down in North Carolina. I fell in love with that dog. He took like best in show, best in winter. He's like clean house champ. That dog was amazing to me.
You're not the first person I heard that from either.
And I seen some good shit from him, and it was just like, hey, I just seen some other things that just made me skeptical about even buying a dog off of that particular bloodline.
I don't think it's Soul, man. I think it's more or less the females possibly that he's been to. Because Soul Train's a badass dog, and he's bred nice, too.
That's true, but that's because he's already a double outcall. And then they outcross him.
Exactly. So your bitch is gonna dominate. If she's bred with any kind of consistency, she's gonna dominate over that. But
all right, so
it's still a 50-50.
I can understand where Tony coming from with the 50-50 because it's got to come from both sides.
But see, some dogs, listen, it evens out 50-50. The thing is, some dogs will dominate more in phenotype than genotype. You understand? Like, as far as the physical look. But the other dog will contribute.
This is why I say it's not 50.
Hey, Lawrence, hold on 1 second. Hold on. For the people that's on YouTube, explain the genotype and the phenotype too real quick.
All right. Genotype is when you breeding off of the genetics of the dog, the pedigree of the dog, stacking the blood, shit like that. When you breeding phenotype, you just breeding off of the way the dogs look. Okay? So when you
so exactly. So like what he's saying, okay, phenotype basically is the physical appearance of a dog. That's where you see some dogs will throw their physical traits more than another dog. But the other dog, the other parent might throw more genotype.
Well, listen,
you understand?
You can't say it's 50-50 because you can have two dogs.
It is because you get different.
Let me finish, bro. Listen, you got two dogs. You got a litter of puppies. You get two males out of the litter. You can have two males out of the same litter that don't look alike and don't produce anything alike. So how can you say it's 50-50? If it was 50-50, everybody would have two of everything. It is not. Some puppies don't produce anything.
Because, because what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to explain here is that, One dog will
Hey, man, you
gain
got your
more of
phone
the
with you?
physical, okay,
Come
the
on.
physical features.
Come on.
The other dog will inherit things
Is your phone
like,
on?
okay,
Let me see.
intelligence, things like that. You understand?
Let me see it. Does it got better?
Each parent passes on.
Let me see it. Now, I'll charge it.
I got 3 cans of soda.
Give me your phone, man.
I got 3 cans of soda. This is
You see what I got out? I'm gonna show you right now. So let's go.
This can is empty. Right? This can is empty. If I pour, I should say, and these
Hopefully this works. Hopefully I can link up.
half of this can in here and half of this can in here makes it a whole. So
What's the
a
password?
whole can of soda. Anytime you do that, it's gonna be a whole can of soda. So how you gonna say it's 50-50 if all the dogs in the litter are not the same? Showing your camera sideways.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that now.
Put your.
I'm good.
How can it be 50-50 if all the dogs are not the same?
Because you're only talking about one part of the equation. You're talking about the physical aspect. There's more to a dog than just the physical aspect, the physical features. You
How do
understand
you
me?
do it?
I understand.
How do you do it?
But it's not
Okay, so I need it right now. Okay, 15 seconds.
30.
Listen. Jamal, you tripping, dog? What's that?
Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? That there's more than just the physical aspect of a dog?
I do understand that. I understand that, but that has nothing to do with something being 50-50.
I'm just going to pull it up here for you. I'm going to pull up, and then I'll show it to everybody.
Okay, while we're waiting, let me ask y'all these questions real quick. Okay, Lewis wants to know when's Phantom's next breeding and who he's going to, basically.
The breeders that I have lined up for him right now are going to be outside my yard. Right now, inside my yard, I'm not sure if I'm going to be or not.
Hey, fellas.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, we had a question on YouTube about what's the difference between inbreed and line breeding. That's from Raphael. He asking a lot of questions. He's following us strong tonight, fellas.
Inbreeding is when you breed close relatives, i.e., mother to son, daughter to father. Line breeding is more when you breed grandfather to granddaughter or uncle to niece, stuff like that.
Yep, and it's both a form of inbreeding. It's just one's like tighter than the other. They're both forms, but that's basically what he said. That's the difference between line breeding and inbreeding. You know, still related, but you have a little bit of distance there. You might have some outs, but they're still related. You know, with the line breeding versus the inbreeding, it's like straight father-daughter.
Listen, Linda, listen, okay? So, it's going to sound like you was right, so don't jump for joy before I finish, okay?
I'm going to shut
You said you're going to let him talk.
Yeah, it says,
Yeah.
if sufficient data is available, one way of determining the significance of an ancestor is to calculate his percent contribution to the current dog. The percentage contribution, aka percentage of blood, is determined by the way genes are passed from the parents to the progeny. An individual inherits one set of chromosomes and the genes they carry from his or her sire, and the second homologous equivalent set from the dead. Thus, each parent makes a 50% contribution, as the parents in any generation always contribute 50% of the genes to the progeny. It seems reasonable to expect that 25%
Move the dog bones.
grandparent, 12.5 from each great-grandparent, and so on. However, once we are past the parent, we are dealing in probabilities, not certainties. This is not like mixing things. When the dad passes you one set of chromosomes, they will include a selection of ones inherited from both his parents, but there is no guarantee that the selection will be exactly equal. There is even a chance that he will pass on those from one of his inherited from both his parents, but there is no guarantee that this is. Got me?
What happened?
Okay, so
What happened?
listen, I just want to make sure we all on the same page, that you understand that just because they pass it doesn't mean it's going to be equally mixed. Want me to read it again?
I'll explain to you, and it goes back to exactly what I was saying before. One parent, each parent does, okay, contribute 50%, but, okay, one will contribute more physical, and one will contribute, you understand, but it evens out.
No, it doesn't.
Genotype and phenotype, yes.
Listen, if it evens out, then all the puppies will receive the same amount of everything.
No, it's not, because that's just, you're talking about just phenotype. You're talking about just a look. There's more to a dog than just a look.
Are these statistics
we're talking about mixing. We're talking about mixing something together and pouring it in separate glasses and saying that every one of those glasses, if it's equal, should all have the same amount of whatever it is you pour in the glass. It's not. You're gonna get some puppies that are really crappy, don't have any traits, desirable traits whatsoever, and you're gonna have that one top male, one top female. If it's equal, then you can't have one top male, one top female, and everything else falls down from there. It's not. How's it equal if it's like that? In every litter, you got one top male, one top female. If you got females at all, or if you got males at all.
You're just not understanding what I'm saying.
And you want me to read it again?
All right, listen. Okay, I'll explain to you this way. Some people breed dogs to hunt, correct?
Right.
Let's take the American Pit Bull Terrier, right? Let me break it down like this. Some people, right? Okay, the American Pit Bull Terrier. What was it originally bred for? Was it bred for looks, or was it bred for gameness and athleticism?
That's what it was bred for.
Okay. That is a completely different physical trait. You understand?
It's still not.
It's gameness.
And log into your YouTube
gameness.
Listen, you still need to have, in order for the dog to be used for what it was meant to be used for, it has to have the gameness. It has to have the physical characteristics.
If that's the case, right?
Listen, when they choose dogs for certain jobs, whether it's bloodhound, let's take the Rhodesian Ridgeback. Part of the standard for a Rhodesian Ridgeback is for it to have those hairs standing up going down his back, right? The reason why they have those hairs standing up on their back is from a spinal deformity. The puppies that don't have those, because their backs are flat, they don't have the ridge. So how can it be equal if some of the dogs come out with the ridge and some don't?
Okay, then explain this, okay? You have hunting dogs, okay? Hunting dogs. The father is a world-class champion hunting dog, winning many competitions, okay? All right? Now, you have puppies off of that, okay? Now, the puppies turn out looking exactly like the sire, okay? The sire can hunt his ass off. So if the puppy looks exactly like his sire, wouldn't you expect the puppy to hunt? But in a lot of cases, that puppy is a dud. It took
the equal amount of genetic material. I'm taking. Hold on, let me turn this joint on. I'm taking video, but I'm still here. I mean, I don't agree. I don't agree that we get 50-50, because if it was 50-50, that means that I put a little bit in. If we need $100,
it's all getting on somebody.
And you put 50 and we have $100. If I put 50 in and you put 50 in, that's what we should have, $100. You don't get that. It should be 100%. That means the father put 50 in, the mother put 50 in. All the puppies should get 50 of that and 50 of that, and they should all come out the same. It's not. Some puppies pull more from their mother. Some puppies pull more from their fathers. Some puppies pull from both. And you can look at the litters and see that. This puppy looks more like the mom. This puppy looks more like the dad. This puppy looks like a combination of both of them. This puppy looks like the grandmother, the great-grandmother.
Right. But one puppy that might look more like the dad, instead of inherited more of the physical traits versus the traits like intelligence, okay, or smell, things like that. There's other things that make up a dog. Instead of inherited more of the physical
It's still not
traits.
50-50.
Yes, it is. It works out 50-50.
Not 50-50, man.
Listen.
Not 50-50, man.
If I just gave you the reason why, I just made a good analogy of a hunting dog. And I told you, if what you were saying...
Let's take like this, right? You got an outcross dog, right? A dog that's an outcross. And we all know, well, we don't all know. For those that don't know, an outcross doesn't have to be a guardy dog to an edge dog. It can be 2 edge dogs or it can be 2 guardy dogs, right? So you got this dog that's already an outcross. And you breed that dog to another outcross. You're going to create puppies that's double outcross. You really think those puppies receive 50% of each of those dogs' DNA?
I do.
No way.
Yes, and you understand. You're so focused on the look. You're so focused on the look. One way or another, it equals out. Yes, if you're breeding dogs for looks, listen. If you're breeding dogs for looks,
but I'm not
saying
look. Did you hear me? Listen, if you heard what I said, you wouldn't be saying that because I didn't say looks. I said they were.
You can't compare that in an American bully because no one is breeding for anything other than looks.
Tony, I didn't say looks. I said they will all be the same. And we got more than one person in this room that heard what I said. So I said they all look the same. They should all be the same. They shouldn't be different. I didn't say look the same. They should all be the same if they're receiving the same amount of genetics.
No.
All right,
fellas.
All
right, listen.
Hey. All right, look, we got 5 views on YouTube, and we got 2 questions above. Let's change the subject for 1 hot second. We got a question from Luis Tanico. He says, what do you guys think of exotics? Well, Tanico, I'm gonna speak up for most of us that's already on here. None of us really own exotics. We all have American bullies. Me personally, I believe that some of the exotics that I have seen, I do like. But to each their own. I wouldn't say that I would have them in my yard.
I don't own any either. I have seen a lot that I like. I'm not against using any of that blood for the reason that it's not going anywhere. The blood is here to stay, and I've seen a lot of different dogs that carry that blood that I think would benefit some programs in a way. So I don't have a problem with them. Some of the way they're bred, I have a big problem. I don't have nothing against it.
Anybody want to go? You want me to answer it?
Good, Tom.
Go ahead, Jesus.
Me personally, I really can't respect anything about the exotic movement. There's breeders aren't really breeding for the complete dog. They're breeding for money. They're breeding for pedigrees. They're breeding just to create these freaky dogs. They're not breeding for structure. They're not breeding for health, for intelligence. Also, I feel like with the American Bully, there's a lot of lines that have been established. All the mixing has gone on already, and it's only setting us back because these dogs get mixed into the gene pool of our dogs, and it's just setting us back. We're never going to achieve a consistency in look. If you look at the American Bully breed being 15 years old, we don't have consistency. We have so many different variations in looks. So you got registries registering these dogs, and they have Frenchie in them, they have Shorty Bull, they have everything. We're not going to get a consistency, and all we did was bring the health problems of all other dogs into the gene pool. That's why I'm very strict with dogs I will breed to, and that I incorporate in my breeding program.
Jesus, what's your input?
You said me?
Yeah, what's your input?
Man, I agree with a lot of what both of them said. and yourself. I like a lot of them, man. I'm not even gonna front. I do like a lot of them. I'll be incorporating some of that stuff, not the real extreme stuff, but I'm gonna be incorporating a little bit of that blood on this next breeding I do with Tokyo. A lot of people aren't gonna like it, but it's something that I like, man. Something that I want to use as a tool. So yes, I will be using it and incorporating it into my dog. I'm not gonna call it a program, man, because I'm not a breeder. I'm not, I can't take that from the people who actually are breeders and have actual programs. I don't have a program. I don't run a program. And 90% of the fucking breeders out here don't, or breeders call themselves breeders, don't either. But I'm keeping it funky. But yes, I do like them, and I'm gonna use one here shortly. So we'll see how that goes. To a mainly edge bitch with very little dex.
Damien, what's your input, brother?
For me, I'm a fan of some of the exotic stuff, but I'm not a fan of the health issues that come along with a lot of the exotic stuff. So you can keep it clean. Like I think the ABKC just admitted 2 exotics in finally with some Miyagi blood. I think it's something like that. And both of those dogs,
I don't think those dogs are considered me. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I agree. I know what you're about to say. Yeah, they're really not considered that, but that's where the blood stems from if you trace it back. So yeah, I mean, I can see both points, but for me, I would not own an exotic. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and like I said, now you got, like you said, different blood that's considered exotic blood. That's got all this other stuff mixed to it, and now it's in the gene pool with these American bullies. Like some of us have put years and years of hard work in. Okay, it's got exotic blood, but it looks like a show American bully. How much sense does that make? Because it's like breeding an American bully that lacks breed type. It's like, breeding an American pit bull terrier that looks like a hound. Breed type is what defines a breed. You're supposed to look at a dog and know that, oh, this is a Chihuahua, this is a Cocker Spaniel.
Right. Right.
So the pedigree says one thing, but the dog is another. So it's like an oxymoron to me.
Luis,
well, it's the same thing that happened with the pit bull back when they started calling it an American bully. Definitely that it was Amstaff and American Pit Bull Terrier.
Right.
Give me a break. That's not what it was. You know what I mean? So it's the same situation. It's a little more blatant and a little more obvious what people are doing nowadays. But it's been done again. It's just a rotating circle. If you look at the generations and the years that have passed, man, people have. It just comes back full circle. They breed a certain style dog, it goes to another style, and it comes back full circle. So, I don't know.
You're right. You're right. You don't want to get set back. And anybody that thinks that American Bully was created using American Pit Bull Terrier / Amstaff is completely lost, man. You're wrong. Bulldog, different bulldog breeds were incorporated to develop this breed. I've been around quite a long time. I've personally seen it from my own eyes. But you get to a point to where you're supposed to move forward. You have a foundation, you got a certain look, you use what you already have, and you use the method of selective breeding to alter and change your stock a little bit to get that exact look that you're striving for,
True.
Most definitely. Hey, Luis, Nico, sorry. We appreciate your question. The next question is Raphael. He's been blowing us up tonight. We appreciate your views, man. We thank you for all the questions that you're asking. But this question here is, what do you guys think of Mo Money from Carolina Bully Farms?
I never seen him in person myself. I've seen photos of him. It's not my dollar dog. I just say about him.
Bub, we can't hear you. Can you a little bit louder?
Lawrence, raise your hands when you speak.
Don't shoot.
Say it with your chest.
I said I never seen him in person myself, but I've seen videos of him. He's all right. That whole program is not really my style. I'm more into the wow factor dog. I like dogs that look. I mean, to me, I see a lot of males, and I think people think they should get more attention than what they get, but they just fail to realize. When I look at a male, when I see a male online, I'm looking at the dog. If I don't really like the dog, then I try to imagine the dog as a female, and if I still don't like the dog, then to me it says that the male is not, he doesn't have anything wow about him. You know what I mean? It's bad if your male looks like a nice female already, but if it can't even pass for a nice female, then you know, I just like the more wow factor dogs. I don't really see the big wow about it. Maybe back when they first started breeding that stuff, it was more wow factor. Like I see a lot of dogs when I first came to the game that I was blown away by, and I see them now, and I'm like, so you know, as the bone gets thicker on these dogs, you look at the old style dogs, they don't look as impressive. So I'm not really impressed.
So you like the big bone is what you're saying?
I love that. Hey.
You talking about the dog, really? What's going on?
He likes those triple D's. He like those triple D's.
Got him. Yeah, I like that. You're pretty quick on your feet, my brother.
You was getting that close.
But let me tell y'all something, man. Motherfucking Lawrence will pick your dog apart in a picture. He doesn't just look at a picture and that's a nice dog. That motherfucker, he'll break it down, dog, from the bottom of his chest to the grass, and he'll analyze it, and he's real good at what he does, man. He can really peep a dog out, man, and give a pretty good opinion on them.
Well, that's all in perspective. What I look for is not the same thing that other people like. When I look at a dog, what I'm looking for is the wow factor. What I'm looking for is the bone. I'm looking for the natural spread without the elbows being turned out. That's what I'm looking at. Tony looks at a dog, he's looking at something. It's all in perspective, and if you're saying that I really know how to pick a dog apart, because if somebody else is looking at something different, they'll be like, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. So it depends on what you're looking for. I like wow. That's what I like.
I think we all like wow, you know?
Not that wow like the exotic wow. Not that wow. You know what I mean? Just like when you, like in the description of the American Bully, it says that the dog should have the appearance of a lot of strength, great strength for the size of the dog. And to me, that means that when you look at the dog, it should look too strong for its size. Like it should be exaggerated. So the shoulders, the neck, the head, all of that stuff should be exaggerated. You know what I mean? Still proportion, but exaggerated. And if there's no exaggerated features on the dog, for me, it's just not my style.
I could dig it.
Yeah. I think we all like the wow, you know? I think...
The wow!
Yeah, the bada bang, yo, the bada bang. But, you know, some people go all the way to the left. They steer to the left. They go all wow. For me, I like wow, but I like to be in the middle. You understand? I'll compromise. I like to have the complete package, so you can't have everything. So you got to compromise some to have the other. So as long as you have a well-packaged dog, you know, good structure, smart, healthy, still with a wow factor to it, you know, I'm good.
So let me ask you this: what are you willing to compromise and still keep your wow factor?
Well, you know, anytime you chase. Okay, let's put it this way. So my dog's with the double muscle program. The dogs that are really muscular. Okay, I compromise structure for them because those dogs carry specific genes. I'm limited to where I can go. But nobody has dogs like that. So basically, I have to breed certain dogs together. Well, those dogs carry certain flaws, and guess what? Some of them carry the same flaw or faults. So you have to compromise the structure in order to gain a really muscular dog. Then it's up to me. I hope that I can, correct it and fix it to get kind of a complete package. Then I'll start analyzing like the intelligent levels, and fixing the things where they're off, structurally off.
No
What about
doubt.
everybody else?
I'm a little more lenient than Throne. I tried doing breedings for structure, and I found that when I did that breeding, I lost a lot of myself. And watching my breedings and watching other people breed and stuff like that, I noticed that the bone and that body, because there's a difference between bone and body. Body to is my,
It's like a bodybuilder.
no body is how thick you are. You can have a dog that has body and don't got no bone, and you can have a dog that got bone and don't have body. So the bone is the thickness in the legs and the head and shit like that. How thick the bones is. But body is how much mass the dog carries.
Girth, natural girth, not fat.
Hold that thought one
When I
second.
look at a dog, that's what I'm looking for. And when you have dogs that carry all that mass and stuff like that, you're not gonna get the best structure, the rear, and stuff like that. What I noticed is,
That's bone.
Oh,
That's bone right there.
when
that's skeleton bone. Not
That's
playing.
body.
when the
There you go.
when the back legs are not as thick as the front legs, for me, I don't like that. And I noticed that dogs that have really good ambulation usually have really skinny ass pops.
Yeah, like my son's arms.
They usually do, but I've proven that that's not necessarily always the case.
Right.
Right, Law? You've seen it. My dog Hellboy, look.
Yeah, but how, I mean,
It can be achieved, but that's the problem.
But it's not something that's easily passed on, and it's not something achieving throughout the when you start for structure, you're gonna lose the thickness in your rears because you can't have a thick rear. There has to be
I'll be back.
So I'm a little more lenient with
What's up, little Rocio?
as far as certain faults, as long as dog carries the traits that I'm trying to lose.
Damn man, what was the? Can you repeat the question for me?
What are you, man? I think it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to get that, the mass on your dogs?
Oh, okay. I can't. I just wanted to hear the question, but I can't really respond on that question. I'm still fairly new to the game. Like I follow Tony Gold. I listen to Lawrence. I chat with him and ask him a lot of questions. He like the encyclopedia of the dog world to me. So normally, if I got any questions, I normally reach out to him. So I'm still dissecting and researching myself on these dogs, man, so that I can be very successful to bring a product to the bully community that should be there. I have an old soul, so I'm trying to reach back to the old days and bring those American bullies back to the front foot, try to help basically the best I can. So I really can't respond on the question.
Go ahead.
I mean, for me, I will compromise one of anything. I'm not just gonna. I will not breed to a structurally flawed dog, son that has serious faults or flaws, just to gain bulliness. And I guess that's the beauty of being a breeder and trying to create a complete dog. I mean, you got to give a little to take some, and it takes time. You can achieve anything if you take your time and you selectively breed. Some guys don't want to take their time. They want to get that that wow factor right away, and they'll sacrifice a lot. But it's only a setback, because when you sacrifice a lot, what happens is you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. Flaws and faults are not easy to breed out. And, you know, a lot of them will skip a generation, so you think you got a dog that, okay, I cleaned it up some. Well, you breed that dog again, even breeding it to a clean dog, and all of a sudden, more than half of the litter has the flaws and faults that the grandparents had. You know?
Okay. So playing off that same sort of theme, one of the guys from YouTube wants to know how do you go about picking pups for the first-time owners, and what is a reason that a pup would be a pet home instead of, I guess, like a breeding stock or show dog?
Any dog is a pet. Any dog can be a pet.
Well, that's true.
Shit.
All dogs are pets.
I think
he meant what pet as far as pet quality.
Yeah, pet quality.
I guess that would depend 100% on who you're talking to.
Maybe you need some more.
Because some people think all their puppies are show quality. Some people think all their dogs are breeding quality. You know, so I think that would completely depend on who it is that you I've not pet home as far as like giving away puppies for free, but like for really low prices, I've placed a lot of puppies. Not a lot of puppies. I've placed a few puppies. Only because they didn't carry as much mass as my other puppies. Like, if you remember my last litter, there was a blue and white puppy in my litter. There was nothing wrong with her. Yeah. And Carrie, you remember her? She just wasn't as thick to me as the other puppy. I sold her as a pet. In the back area.
But she was beautiful too, man.
So you remember the blue and white one?
Mm-hmm.
You're real nice.
What about the rest of y'all?
Well, I mean, who wants to go? Anybody?
Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Well, for me, how I assess pet quality versus, show quality is, for me, first off, any dog lacking breed type, which with puppies is kind of hard, but as a breeder, and if you know your blood, you kind of know you start to learn what to look for, because it's a repetitive thing. You've had other litters, you start to create a consistency. So, so any dogs that really are far off from as far as the breed is pet quality. Also, anything like undershot. If I have an undershot or overshot dog, which I haven't produced any undershots as far as with this blood, the American Bully blood that I've been working with. But I have produced a few overshot dogs, which a lot of times they correct themselves. 90% of the times, overshots will correct themselves because the bottom jaw ends up growing and catching up. Undershot can't fix itself. It can close itself up, but usually if a puppy's undershot, it's never going to completely fix itself. But overshots, they do, because the bottom jaw ends up growing more than the muzzle, and it evens out. But things like that, any major faults that are visible, let's say you get a kink tail, things like that, those are all dogs that should be sold as pet quality.
One leg.
Yeah, one leg.
One eye and shit.
Yes. No, one eye, that's acceptable. That's show quality. Bet,
with 4 legs one time.
Anything. I had 4 legs.
With 4 legs. I mean, with 4 legs. With 2 legs.
4 legs.
I said 4 legs like that ain't what he supposed to have.
I was about to say, goddamn, ain't that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, I remember you telling me about that shit, though. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, man. The way a lot of breeders will sell their whole litter out as fucking brood stock dogs. Oh, and another thing, a lot of people don't realize, or most do, but somebody was arguing me with one day about a dog being a show dog and a brood dog. You dumb fucks. It's the same shit. A show dog is supposed to be brood stock. So it's all in the same fucking.
What?
Well, no, I don't agree.
You talking about the American Bully now, so just because it's a show dog don't mean it's brood stock, and just because it's a champion don't mean it's a show dog.
No, but the politically correct, or not politically correct, the right thing, if you go to a big registry, a show dog is where they're showing off their brood stock. That's what they're doing, showing off their brood stock. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, now, brood stock, a lot of times, brood stock is a dog that you feel, like for me, I have dogs that are brood stock. To me, it's a dog that, when you show a dog, you're supposed to show in the real world, you're supposed to show a dog that has, minimal to no flaw. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Usually a dog's going to have a flaw or whatever. So, so dogs like that, you want to bring your very best to compete. Some dogs are just, might have 2 flaws. So you feel like it's right on the verge to where you're not going to be able to compete. You might have showed it a bunch of times, and it's taken first, but it just hasn't championed out. So you retired as brood stock. It's a dog that has a lot to offer, that's bred very well, has a lot to offer your program, and paired up with the right male is going to pass on certain traits that are going to benefit your program. So that is a brood stock dog.
All right, to me, my brood stock are my dogs that are breeding tools but are not ring worthy, because a lot of times you need those more extreme dogs to get your really nice, thick, exaggerated features on your show dog. I found that taking. What's that? What was that, Damon?
Oh, it was the YouTube question. I was showing him I got it on my phone and my tablet, so that's why it's not switching back and forth.
Yeah, it's just everybody. I haven't
Appreciate that.
out why I can't see the live chat on the side of my screen. So the other participants, check back and forth and see what messages we have. But as far as brood, I tried breeding 2 show quality dogs together, and I lost all my substance. So to me, you have to have those dogs with those exaggerated qualities in order to really make exaggerated quality on your show dog.
So then you think that a program, if you're breeding your dogs, right, and you're wanting to have them very heavy bone, bully, whatever you want for your dog, because that's the type of dog you're breeding, but you also show your dogs, doesn't that clash then? Because most of your dogs that you're breeding are going to be heavier dogs and not, ring quality, supposedly.
Well,
Overweight dogs.
the standard is changing. When they brought in what's that dog's name? The tick dog. What's his name?
Oh, Castro.
Castro is not a classic dog. Castro is a standard dog, but he's a really weak standard.
She's a big ass standard.
They put him in the classic class.
Hey Lawrence, where your photo go?
Huh?
Where your photo go?
Oh, I'm on a break.
All right.
God damn, we got the police on you, Lawrence.
Muted, Tone. Tone, you got your mute on. There you go.
Nah, my headpiece died. My headpiece died. My other one's dead too. So I was trying to.
So when they moved him into the classic class, they changed the whole classic class. So now you can't have, because there were still dogs like him in the standard class. So you can't have the same type of dogs in the classic class that you got in the standard class. So now the standard class has a lot more extreme dogs in it. That's why they want to do away with the extreme class, because you would have to go really crazy to get any more extreme than what the extreme already was, which moved over to the standard class. That's why they keep Casa over all those other dogs, because they want people to understand that the standards now have to be like more like extreme, because the classics can change into standards.
Yeah. The extreme class was nothing more than a class for a bunch of fought-up dogs. A lot of the dogs in extreme class, none of them were really extreme. There was very few extreme dogs. So the American Bully, the standard American Bully, they're supposed to be an extreme dog anyway. It's supposed to be a dog with, tremendous mass and substance. And, unfortunately, we have a lot of dogs lacking breed type. So that's the move that the registries are making in hopes to, bring more bulliness to the breed, just to try to capture that breed type. That's why, because I've seen so many extreme dogs, claim extreme dogs, and I'm going to tell you, at least probably 70% of the time, I'm kicking most of the extremes out of the extreme class because they're just not bully enough. Their dogs could very well be in the pocket class or the standard class,
Do you withhold, Tony, if a dog isn't worthy of a first place ribbon?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Right on. I see a lot of people, they just give them out, man, and that's how a lot of dogs have champed. That's another issue with this shit, man. A lot of I don't want to say unnecessary dogs that haven't earned their championship champed out due to people just giving away those first place ribbons.
Yeah, what I do, if there's 3 dogs and all of them are really poor specimens, and it does, then you basically you withhold the first and you give like a second and a third out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a YouTube question. They want to know, what are you guys' keys to a successful program?
That's going to be either Tony or Lawrence. Like, they're the only ones here with the actual program.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Tony, go first. It's on you.
Okay. Basically, the key to a successful program is first, you want to have your vision. Okay, you want to know, and usually breeds they have a breed standard. So to the breed standard. Breed standards up for interpretation, but you'll get an idea, and you'll see what the breeds say by the dogs that are swimming in the ring. You want to have a vision. You want to be a dog with the consistency. That way you eliminate variables.
So your speaker's going in and out. I guess the feedback from you not having no headset on.
Probably, man. Probably. I don't know.
Where's your headphones at? You don't got regular headphones?
Hold on. Not with a mic, though.
No, but you could just put your headset in, and that's how I got mine in right now. Just these headphones, these little cheap ass $500 headphones.
I don't have that. I have 2 headsets. They're both dead.
Yeah, I like that one, Jesus.
You like that, man? I like sounding like more than what I actually am, dog.
That's cool.
So, but you want to go with the consistent blood, and like I said, breed a consistent look. You want to eliminate variables, so you don't want to be all over the place with stuff. Don't chase fads. Don't chase, people are always switching up. You see people don't have their own bloodlines. They're constantly getting rid of switching up their program, and then you're always starting over from zero. So to have a successful breeding program, you want to have a vision. You want to invest in good stuff. The sooner you invest in good quality stock, okay, that's a complete package, the better off you're going to be.
Back up. I think you're getting too slow. That's probably why it's canceled.
See my notes on?
Back up.
Say that again.
And now we can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
As far as
And also, all dogs, for a successful breeding program, all dogs are not breed worthy. You have to keep several puppies out of every litter, okay? And you filter them out. You keep the best of the best, and then you breed those dogs. If every dog, don't just settle on something, because a lot of times you're going to keep one dog. It's not going to turn out what it's going to be, but you have your time invested. So what people do, they end up breeding that dog anyway. It's a setback.
Yeah, and you can really cheat yourself, man. I know of a person that started breeding dogs when I got into it back in 02, 03, and he would get the blood and breed it, and he kept it up until now. And if you look at those dogs, they look the same, man. There was never no progression, man. So, yeah, you definitely got to get good quality stock. If not, you'll be the laughing stock of your fucking peers.
For me, I would say don't follow fads, don't jump from fad to fad. Know what you stick to it, don't give up, but be realistic when you look at your dogs, man. I don't understand how you can be in the bully game and look at dogs all day long on your timeline and not realize that your dogs don't. I don't understand how that happens. You got to be realistic about your program. You got to be.
You gotta be real, man. Don't be kennel blind.
Don't be kennel blind.
Don't be kennel blind.
And you gotta realize you want to decide what you want to do, because if you want to be a hobbyist or you want to be a breeder, it's two different things. Because as a breeder, so if you're a breeder, that means you sell puppies. Sell puppies, that means that you have to have, it's a supply and demand thing. So when you're breeding your dogs, you can't be so full like it's not the same thing that your potential customers like, because then you'll stay stuck with people not really showing interest in your program because you just concentrate on what you like. So what I do, and my advice would be to try to get in between what you like and what the people want. Because if you're a breeder, that means you have to be able to sell your dogs. If you're not in it to sell dogs, then you're not a breeder, because breeders sell dogs. So if you're trying to have a program for yourself, just to breed and do your own thing, and because of what you like and all that, that's different from being a breeder. Breeders sell dogs. You have to have interest in your program in order to move dogs. Anybody?
No, I'm good.
Drum roll.
Any more questions on it?
Yeah, it's another question by our favorite fan Luis. He asked, when will you guys make a video of your yard/kennel setup? Well, Luis, I'm gonna tell you on me, I have 2 dogs, brother. I don't have a kennel. I don't have a setup. My dogs roam free in the house, play with my kids, my teenage boys, rip and run up and down the street. Like, I'm not at that stage yet, brother. I'm still researching. I'm still, educating myself. It takes time. You can't just jump into this thing and think and just automatically, label yourself as a breeder. I'm still a rookie. Got a couple years under my belt. Dog shows, research. That's me. Next.
Tony, I think, got the best setup out of everybody on here. My setup, my 2 main studs, they run my house.
They run my house. I have a setup in my basement with some kennels. I don't keep my dog in cages. I keep them in
And he cut off?
Can you hear me? Cool.
No,
Yeah, I
you
got
need to pull up some.
Oh,
Back
my
there
fault.
chilling. Yeah,
I'm
you know,
on lounge. I'm on lounge. My fault.
lounging.
Hey, Sean's on that ad. Boy, look, Sean got down to hang out cop, boy. Pull up.
Lounging and shit.
My kennel set up.
Oh, you with that big old cup of Kool-Aid you had back there earlier.
Who talking about me?
Yeah, you.
I was hoping nobody seen that.
That wasn't no cool, man. That wasn't no Kool-Aid.
Nah, that wasn't no Kool-Aid, man. That was water, man. I'm in bulk season like Tony.
Yeah, I'm in super dog season right now. I'm in fat ass mode.
In case anybody didn't hear me, my setup is in my basement. I have 5x5s down there. I'll show them. I mean, I got a lot of videos of it on my Facebook. Tony has a lot of videos of his setup on his Facebook. He has a whole big ass building for his dog.
Yeah, Tony's got a goddamn master kennel over there. I like that.
It's art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald Trump over there. Yeah, it's all right.
Well, I mean, I just try to do the best I can for my dogs. I make a lot of sacrifices. It's an okay setup. I mean, it's big. But, I mean, as soon as Lawrence gets his ass over here and videos my shit, then we'll have a kennel setup video.
Word.
I got a whole bunch of crates in the backyard sporadically spread out there, man, and you know what I'm saying? I keep tarps over them and shit, to keep, the rain off of them and whatnot.
As y'all, any more questions on there, Damien?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the question, and then after y'all answer it, I got a follow-up. It says, how do y'all feel about the bully game moving forward? Where is it going? Where do you see it's going? We talked about that last night, but it wasn't on the YouTube.
Yeah, I think that was on live YouTube last night, right?
The bully game is fucked up right now, where it's going, because so many new people are breeding dogs and breeding anything and selling it, and we're losing a lot of dogs to the fucking pound. We're losing a lot of dogs to irresponsible breeders. We're losing a lot of dogs to backyard fucking people, and there's an overabundance of American bullies, unwanted American bullies out here, man. The bully world is fucking spiraling downward. It's one of the most inconsistent breeds, and Tony said that earlier. It's one of the most inconsistent breeds out of all breeds, man. You can take 20 American bullies, and I guarantee you'll have damn near 15 or 20 different looks. Yeah, 20 different looks, man. I think we're at an all-time bad spot for the bullies, man, because nobody's being consistent, and there's so many irresponsibilities. So everybody needs to tighten up, man, and get that shit. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, man. I just think it's in a bad state right now, personally, myself, being realistic. Not individually, not each of these people individually, but as a whole, the bully world ain't in a good spot right now.
I agree.
One more time. Consistency.
I agree. It's in a bad state, but I think it's gotten a lot better. A lot of people don't see it. I've been seeing a lot of people realizing all the whole Photoshop movement and all of that stuff. Of course, it's changing the dynamic, and a lot of people are finding it harder to get over on people. So a lot of people are getting out the game and not even running over to the Frenchies and all that crazy shit. But a lot of people that were breeding, they get out the game because now they can't. It's harder to get over. So the more
if we could get to the tricks and all the gimmicks that breeders use and the things that breeders say when they hand you a puppy, like, man, you take this female, you run it back to her dad, you can kill the game.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. And so everybody that buys a puppy wants to be a breeder. Yo, don't worry, you buy this puppy, and when she get old enough, you run it back to her dad, you're going to make your money back. And so everybody, when they buy a puppy, already can't wait until this puppy gets older so they can breed it.
Yeah, they're anticipating to breed that motherfucker.
Crazy, man.
What do you think?
Okay, go ahead.
Who that?
I think that was Jesus about to talk.
Hey,
He said Jesus. Yeah. Well, y'all killing me with that Jesus, man.
when you're talking to the man skins, you gotta say, "Hey, Sue." You don't say Jesus. You say Jesus. Hey, Zeus.
Jesus.
All my Caucasian friends is Jesus.
That boy wild.
All right. To actually follow up on that, why is it such a bad thing to admit that you don't breed what you're breeding? Like, for instance, like I know of a really big name kennel who incorporate exotic into their blood to get bone and mass, but they don't advertise it. They actually say publicly that they're against exotics. When most of these dogs were mixed initially, of course, you know, with more than Amstaff and Pit Bulls, why is there such a stigma around that in the bully community?
Because if you admit that you're breeding exotics, you have to admit that you're hanging paper. So,
Okay.
I can't freely admit that, but you have to understand, these dogs were never what they were said to be in the first place, because it was said that an Amstaff and a Pit Bull was taken together to make the original American Bully. But an Amstaff and a Pit Bull is essentially the same shit. So you cannot take an Amstaff to a Pit Bull and get anything different than what you already have. So that right there is a freaking lie in itself.
Right.
So, I mean, we have to be honest and admit, that's first of all. Second of all, you can't make a new breed using only two breeds, which Amstaff and Pit Bull is not really two separate breeds, but let's just say they are. You still can't make a new breed only using two breeds. It has to be more than two breeds to make a new breed. If you just take two dogs together, it's called a band dog.
Real quick, Tony, somebody on YouTube wants to know how much for a pup.
What's that?
Tony walked away. I think he went.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see.
Hey, Sean, you know you still got your mute on, right? Okay, he knows. All right.
Okay, who's your personal all-time favorite bully? Not one you own, outside of your yard.
My favorite bully,
Lawrence is just Tokyo.
just off of looks.
Little Tokyo.
Nah, listen. Just off of looks, I would have to say R.I.P. Warren G. That was a badass little dog.
Who was that?
Warren G. Just off of
Woo! That was a bad motherfucker, boy.
anything else, not based off of production or anything else, just based off the way he looks, that was a badass little fucking dog.
As for
All right,
me, my favorite fucking bully. Damn, hold on, let me think, man. Give me a quick second, I'll tell you.
What's wrong?
Because I got a lot that I like a lot. Like there's a few that I like a lot, but my favorite would have to be Damn.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Nice exotic.
It's
There
hard.
ain't no nice.
It's a hard
There aren't
question.
no nice exotics. They're
Yeah,
all
that's a hard.
crippled.
Mm.
They're all crippled.
They're all crippled.
You can't think of it. Look, he don't want to embarrass himself naming an exotic all.
No. The question was, who is your favorite dog? That was a question, right? Not exotic or nothing.
No, it's just your all-time favorite bully, period.
Yeah, your all-time favorite bully. Yeah.
Aside from your yard, not on your yard, right? Well,
Yeah, not on your yard. Just all-time favorite.
mine is my. That's hard.
Yeah, see, now look at him, motherfucker. You was thinking I was thinking about some exotic shit.
That's Tone's favorite bully.
I have several dogs that I really like a lot.
That's Tone's favorite bully right there on the couch.
Little Chico.
I mean, for me, I really love Bullmaster. I think he's a freaky as they come. And just
That was a lot of dog.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pocket with just tremendous mass on him. Tremendous. I mean, the dog is just insane, and he's a phenomenal producer. So, but I mean, there's a lot of bad bitches. The Bombs Over Baghdad was a really bad bitch.
Bad bitch. God damn, that was a bad bitch.
You know, Bullmaster had a daughter named Coco. Champion Coco they actually bred her to Dax, and they bred her to Hef. And I mean, she was a bad bitch. I mean, she put males to shame.
Yeah, I've seen Coco picture somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Man, I got a lot of little favorites, man. There's a dog out there that I'm really feeling on. Actually, he's an exotic too, Tone. Or I guess, I don't know if you want to consider him exotic. That dog named Triumph, that guy named Raymond Williams owns. I like him, and Phantom's another one of my favorites. Not your Phantom, Lawrence. This other one. I don't. Let me see your face, really. That face, like, man, come on. Yeah, not you, bro. I like Phantom a lot, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told you from the very first day I seen him. Short, compact, boned out. I liked him a lot. Real nice dog.
Oh, he signed off after that.
Oh, my bad. Lawrence, you gonna pay me, dog? He told me to say that.
Yeah, I got you. Hold
Lawrence.
I'll send you a Christmas tree right now.
Yeah.
Are we pretty much done?
Like, Tone don't want to get in trouble.
Oh. Lawrence, it's past your bedtime, ain't it? I didn't realize how late it was.
Any more questions? Anybody have any more questions? Or?
Yeah, somebody on YouTube wants to know how much for a puppy, Tony.
You want my puppy?
Nah, one of mine. Yeah. They're asking you how much for one of mine.
My puppy? Usually my pups, for this litter right here, I only have a couple available. Out of this, I just had one open up tonight, but usually my pups are anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500.
God dang, man! Can I borrow a few dollars?
Nah, shit. You could pay for this $2,000 feed bill I got every month.
Look, man, son of a bitch.
It's expensive. I mean,
hey, what do you guys think of Bugsy Siegel and Dave Wilson's Demon Boy?
I like Demon Boy in pictures. Never seen him in person. It's hard to really say. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't seen a dog in the flesh, it's really hard to break them down. I like Demon Boy. I don't know who Bugsy Siegel is.
I mean, dogs look a lot different in person, man. So, you know, he looks like a cool dog. I like some features on him. You know, it's hard to say. He looks cool.
I like Demon Boy. I never seen him in person, but from pictures I like him.
I like a lot of people. I like the boot, so you know that really big neck, big thick shoulder, bone, and the inside on it.
That big bone. Wah, 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 fucker. He's on mute. Sean's on mute.
Try again, Murasoka.
That's the last question on Facebook. If you guys have any other questions.
Oh.
No, I'm trying to
Do y'all?
Brandy for the 1900th time.
What you eating, Lawrence? You eating chips? Boy, you got the munchies. Ah! That nigga got the munchies like a motherfucker.
He's throwing whole pieces in his mouth, though. He ain't even taking bites. He's throwing the whole thing in.
What?
Damn. It's 2 in the morning, man. Y'all got any dog shows going up anywhere up y'all's way?
No.
Allentown will be coming up to the 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having our first big dog show here in Arkansas.
Hey, Tony, what's going on with RKC? When are y'all having another show? Do you know their schedule yet?
There's a bunch of shows coming up. It's on rkcshows.com.
Okay.
I'll give you the info. We're just going to see how a lot of work's been put into the registry. We're going to see if everybody, all the powers that be, follow through with everything. That way, to have a successful show and they could be a successful registry. So we're just going to see what goes on with the registry, and but that's we'll see if everybody follows through on their promises.
Yeah, we have a lot of RKC shows here in the South, man. It's mainly this is where they're at. So I'm waiting so I can get Tokyo out there, man, and see what she does, or see if I even get allowed to show her. I was told I could, so we're gonna see what happens.
I think you should. What you need to do is you need to have a picture of her as a puppy, because as judges we automatically are going to assume. You automatically have to assume that
Fraudulent.
dog has a flaw or a fault, and the
absolutely.
thing is a disqualifying fault. So if you had a picture and the owners of the registry say yes, then I have to honor what they say. You got a nice bitch, I like her, so she got a lot to offer, so it shouldn't be a problem. But there have been other dogs, that have their tails docked. And they come with a piece of paper. Well, anybody could come with a piece of paper saying their tail is docked. It doesn't tell us why. A lot of guys have dogs born with very short tails, with severe kinks, corkscrew, and they just crop them off to hide it. And then they give the piece of paper to say, hey, it have a cut. But it doesn't tell us, the previous story. So, if you have a picture as a pup, that way beforehand or whatever, you go to the judge, say, listen, I'm showing my dog here. She has, that way you're not doing it in the show ring either, Say,
right.
Just your heads up, here's my paperwork. I have the okay from Faven or whatever. Here's a picture of her as a puppy. I just wanted to show you. I didn't want to disrupt the show ring. Something like that. And I think that, a judge will appreciate that. And you should do well.
And let me ask you this, man. Coming from a judge's perspective, will it disrupt you? What do you think? How would it affect the judge? Because at the end of the day, man, nobody wants to hear all these fucking wine bags' mouth, right? Is it even worth it? Should I do it, man? Or will it cause a little stir? I'm sure it obviously may do that. What do you think, man? Do you think some people are going to say, you know what, Jesse, it's just not even worth the commotion, dog?
It's going to cause a stir. You always have crybabies no matter what. Really, the people who are going to get bashing are the judges, We're the ones that are everybody's bags, Right.
What happened when Luciano went with the paperwork? They made a big deal about it, and then everybody forgot about it. So.
Right. Yep. That's what I said earlier. Yeah, they did that to Lucky.
Brandon, you gotta hit your camera.
Do what?
You gotta hit your camera.
Ooh.
How do I hit the camera?
Or
There you go.
welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
She just got off of work. She's sneaking in. We
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we let you in.
I had a long night tonight.
Yeah, it's long. You just now getting off.
Lawrence
Lawrence.
had a long night also. Very long night.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Tony?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, I was messaging Law, and because you guys were talking about dogs being classified in their classes. I have yet to show Biggie in any shows yet, but I've been to quite a few here in Florida, and it just puzzles me how some of these dogs can be shorter than pocket standard, size should be, but some of these judges are classifying them as classics or standards. It just seems to me like some of these judges are not on the same page with each other or with the registry on what the height requirements are.
Well, I think in your case, I'll answer that for you. I think in what you probably witnessed, Brandy, is you probably witnessed a lot of dogs that lack breed type. So the judges have really left no options. Really, a dog like that really doesn't belong anywhere. So it's really supposed to be excused totally. You can't take a dog that lacks breed type, but doesn't mean the height requirement, and put it in a class. But that's the problem. I see it all the time. You get dogs that are entered in a pocket class because of their height, but they completely lack breed type. One thing you learn as a judge, the first thing you look at as a dog and you eliminate is the dogs that lack breed type. If a dog doesn't look the part, you put an X on the dog, and you judge the dogs that are carrying the breed type, that resemble what the breed is supposed to look like the most, and that's what's happening. These judges are just moving them to the classic class or the American Pit Bull Terrier class because they lack breed type, but they don't fall into the height requirement.
Yeah. But and some of the other things that I was listening to with your guys' chat before I was on here is you guys were talking about how I think Jesus was talking about the situation that the bully community is in, as far as it's basically going to hell and back because people are trying to breed for their vision, and what they should be breeding for is the standard of the registration's vision of what the breed should look like, and then we wouldn't have 6 or 7 different classes of these types of dogs because they would all be of what the dog should look like, and not have exotics or have the extremes or the XLs and stuff like that, because that obviously you've crossbred something into somewhere to get that extra bone or that extra height, and that's not part of what the registration is all about, what the standard of what they're saying that the dog should look like.
Well, you got people breeding. You got the big people breeding to dogs like Dax and shit. So it gives everybody an okay, and then the breed standard changes so often that everybody's all fucked up, and that's where it gets all confused, and everybody starts going for their own vision. So the bully world started off of basically everybody having their own vision. That's why you have different dogs that come and go. You had Paco at one time was doing it, Hef was doing it, Remy was doing it, Pee Wee was doing it, Dax was doing it, 21 Blackjack back in the day was doing it, Black Ace was doing it, and it just keeps revolving. So everybody have a vision and they chase the hype dogs. Everybody chases the hype. So that's why there's so many different visions. And then the registries don't help it because they all change their what's it called?
Standards to meet
the standards,
requirements,
right?
basically.
I don't think they changed.
Right.
Here's the thing. You got. There's probably more than 2 groups. I'm gonna say you got 2 groups of people. You got people who holler standard, and they think the standard is supposed to look like an Amstaff, and then you got people who holler standard and on the other side of the spectrum. So that's why No one, if there's no agreement on what the standard of these dogs are supposed to be, because you got all the people that the original show people think these dogs are supposed to be more classy, and then you have the other people that say no, this is American bully, keyword bully. Where's the bully at? So since we can't agree, then fuck y'all. Y'all do what y'all want, and we gonna do what we want. And that's why we can't get one look with these dogs.
Yeah, that's where the Brahma bull is coming in at now. And from what I understand, from talking to people, they are actually trying to get the ABKC to accept the Brahma bull into their registry, saying that it is a breed that's been alive for so long and that it should be allowed. It doesn't represent the bully breed at all. It's a bully bred back to an English bulldog, and it has no tail, it has a bulldog face, and it has the bully body.
Well,
I like them.
it's no different than a shorty bull. It's that the shorty bull's got a little bit more history behind it. So I guess they're looking at it as, hey, the shorty bull was accepted. Why, you should accept us. But the reason we don't have the consistency that changes too much, you have people that are the face of the breed, people on the forefront, the owners of the registries. If they're constantly trying to redefine themselves or the breed and switching up, and they don't have a consistency, most of them don't even have their own lines and stuff. There's a lot of people that follow them. All the newcomers in the breed, they look at these people as celebrities or role models, and they have no clue what the real deal is. So the breed is constantly shifting back.
Because everybody's lacking the researching part of it all. I've only been a part of the bully community for the last 3 years, and I have yet to show any dogs because, number one, I'm terrified. I have stage fright, but I also want to make sure that I'm prepared in every standard that I should be knowledgeable in, where the breed came from, how long it's been alive, what are your main dog names that you should know of, what is the standard of the dog, of what the breed should be like, what should you look for in a mate for your dog to actually breed. It's the researching problem that people are not doing. They're buying a puppy, and they're buying another puppy, and then they're like, oh, well, this is a big name dog, that's a big name dog. If I take 2 puppies from one of them and then breed them together, then I'm going to get more big name dogs, and it doesn't work that way. You have to do
And I have a kennel.
You have to do your research. You have to learn what traits follow in those big name dogs, and are you willing to bring that into your yard or not?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you why people get caught up and get fucked. Part of what you said, chasing big name dog, buying a big name dog puppy, another big name dog puppy, putting it together, and they think automatically they're gonna get a certain amount of money for the puppy.
Exactly.
What you gotta realize in this game, if you don't build your name and your brand, you're never going to get that amount of money for your puppy. It doesn't matter.
No.
It's not even about the money, though, especially when it comes to me. When it comes to me, I'm not about the money.
Even with popularity and becoming a big name breeder, it's all about how you, not all of it, because you still need good dogs. But you can have the best dogs in the world. If you do not know how to promote and brand yourself, you'll never become a top-tier breeder because people won't respect you because they don't look at you a certain way. Not because you don't have nice dogs, but because people don't have a certain perception. So you have to brand yourself and treat it as if you are branding a business. Otherwise, people are not going to give you that kind of money, and they're not going to show you that kind of respect as an upper-level breeder. Because you can have someone who has been in the game for years, has all the best stuff, knows everything, but it's not out there in the forefront. People will look at them like, but then you'll have somebody who goes out every day and really don't have nothing. But the perception that they have of that person is what makes them gravitate to morning just buying dogs and doing breeding. Trying to get the biggest thing done. You're not gonna. Breeders don't buy from people that they feel are underneath them on a totem pole. So you have to bring yourself to an even plane. You know what I'm saying? The people who are, I don't want to say under you, because that's not what I mean, but you have tiers to everything. And if you're bottom tier, then your customer base is going to be your tiers.
Yeah.
If you're a mid-level breeder, then all your customers are your mid-level breeders and your bottom tier breeders. If you're a top-level breeder, then you have other top-level breeders that do business. You have the mid-level breeders that do business, and the new guys that do business willing to spend that kind of money. So it's more than just heads and spending money on the best dog. Nobody knows who's wrong. They're not going to give you that.
I think too many people have decided that it's more about the money than it is about the breed, and that's where a lot of people become kennel blind. That's where a lot of people become greedy, and they charge $10,000 for a dog that's not even worth it. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to pay $10,000 for a dog, it better be freaking shitting bricks of gold or something, because that's just ridiculous.
No, but at the same token, like Tony just said, Tony's got a lot of dogs over there, and he sells his dogs for a pretty penny. You know, a lot of people don't have $200 to $3,500 to spend on a dog. At the same token, he takes very good care of his dogs. Very nice kennel setup. He's got a $2,000 food bill. So I mean, I can see where somebody like that charges what they charge. You know what I mean?
Well, I understand that too. I mean, I bought my dog Biggie from Miss Jen, and I paid almost $3,500 for Biggie, but that was including his ear crop and his shipping from California to here in Florida. So I mean, that was a pretty good deal as far as price-wise goes, and I'm very content. I'm very content with the way he's coming out, and he hasn't quite popped out yet with his width, but he is growing every day, and he is learning. He's a very smart dog, and he thrives to want to please, and that's one thing that I absolutely love about him. That's just like tonight when I got home from work. My husband had him in his cage or whatever to go to bed for the night, and I was like, let my baby out, I need my kisses, and he jumped right up on the bed and attacked me with nothing but kisses. And
that's what's up.
That's a quality in a dog that I look for, a family dog, a companion, you know, and also a dog that is there to please you, and they want to please you, they want to do good, you know, they don't do anything but love us, and, you know, you can never repay them back for everything that they do for us. The most I can ever do is just make sure that he's well taken care of.
Randy, how many dogs do you have?
I have 7 dogs, but Biggie is my only show dog.
Okay, so you have a few dogs, and you've been doing this for a couple of years. When you get a few more years in, and some more money in, vet bills, all of that stuff, you get your program established. You look around and you're seeing that people are not really able to compete with you with the quality of your puppies as far as what certain people are looking for. And you looking at the money that you spending, believe me, in 3 years from now, you're not going to be saying that. You're going to be saying, I wish people understood how much money I spend on these dogs, and that's why I charge what I charge for my puppy. Right now, you knew. So it's like, you know, oh, I don't do it for the money. I didn't get into it doing it for the money either, but after you sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen, and you writing down all the money that you spent, all the time that you spent, all the vet bills that you had to pay for, all the C-sections that you had to pay for, you start to realize that you have to treat this more like a business. Because if you got 11 dogs and you spending your money that you work for all week to feed these dogs, plus you still got to pay all your bills, you start to look at it a little different. You know what I'm saying? You got 10 puppies in a litter, and you got 2 litters on the ground, and your puppies are running through a bag of dog food in one day. Hard to look at it a little bit different.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not talking like I would only charge like $500 for a puppy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to get you anywhere.
Like
I'm just saying. like, if somebody's gonna pay 10 grand for a dog, that dog better be well worth the 10 grand because
Yeah, a lot of these
that's a
guys
car.
a lot of these guys are not really getting that kind of money for their dogs. And
Yeah.
the dogs that they are getting that kind of money for, it's not puppies. It's like
No, these full-grown dogs.
super studs and adult females and things like that that are proven. You're not just gonna get 10 grand on a puppy. You're gonna get that on a stud that's been proven or a female that's been proven or something like that. You're not 10 grand on a puppy. But I don't sell, like, all my puppies are not the same price. Tone's the same way. All his puppies are not the same price. You know what I'm saying? You sell your puppies according to the quality. You have your pet quality dog. You have your show quality dog. You have your blue stock dog. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna sell them all the same price.
Yeah.
And we down to one viewer on YouTube.
God damn, you bored, bro. Y'all didn't keep them goddamn ready, bro.
2 o'clock in the morning. That's what it is. We've been on this shit for how long?
Like 4 hours now.
Like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
Is that Luis still sitting on YouTube?
Man, Luis still sitting there chilling, man.
He rocking with us, kid.
All right, because Luis is the one. Luis is the one with the last question too.
What do you ask?
He asked, "Do any of us own any Remy dogs?"
Yeah, all my dogs except one has Remy in the bed, but they're not Remy dogs. To say it's a Remy dog would mean that you breed it for that blood, that look. But all my dogs have Remy in them, somewhere in their pet except for one of my females.
Yeah.
Both of mine have Remy in them. Yes.
My dog Biggie is a Remy line dog as well.
No, I do not have no Remy.
I have a lot of dogs. I got my bitch Cinnamon here with the litters off of. She's got a little Remy in her pedigree, but she's not a Remy dog by any means. I do have a dog in California, Champion Onyx. He's a black tri-male, and he's double bred Remy, up close. So he would be more of a Remy dog. He doesn't carry your classic Remy look, but he is a double bred Remy grandson.
Don't mind me, guys. I had to get my charger.
We rocking, man. We gotta do this 2 times a week. Man.
How many times?
How many times?
That wasn't how many times? God damn.
Like 7 times a week.
You said. What did you say? You said every Friday night.
I think Tuesday nights. I think we should do Tuesday nights and Friday nights.
Hey, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm a truck driver. Goddamn, I do this 7 days a motherfucking every day of the week.
Yeah, I'll be on this joint every night if I could.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean,
and I'm a train. I work with the train, so I'm always up.
I have to work with my work schedule, so. But I close every night.
We'll be doing late night shows because we be so busy in the daytime with the kids and the dogs anyway. So
Just make sure when you come, you bring snacks. God damn it.
I mean, we do what we gonna do. I think it worked out kind of good today. How we did, like we weren't live, and we just did our thing for a little while, and got right, and then went on. So we'll do that. That'll be like just to wait to let the traffic build up and stuff like that. You guys want
Yes.
to you know what I'm saying? Just like tell people about it. I don't want to call it a show. I want to call it like more like a round table.
A lounge.
Man.
I don't know.
I say you call it the Tony Gold Show.
Motherfucking Tony Gold Show. God damn. It's got a ring to
it.
We're the Knights of the Round Table.
That's kind of hot.
We gotta get Jen on here too whenever she get in the mood for this bullshit.
Yes. Need to bring her crazy ass on here too.
We're gonna have to turn her mic down.
Oh, I got a whole little switchboard here where I could turn off cameras, mute people, and all that.
And you just now seeing this shit, man?
I've been seeing it. Remember I told you I could see who was making all that goddamn noise?
Oh, yeah. And it was Sean.
Right there.
And it was Sean.
that was Jeff.
Jesse over there talking all that mess, and it was him the whole time.
Hey, man, I got these shits in my ear, man. I didn't know it was me, bro. Hey, Lawrence, D said he's going to come on here next week.
He was supposed to come on here. He over there playing that damn game. He's supposed to come on
He
tonight.
on some bullshit, yo. He on some bullshit.
Well, you on that man?
Yeah, D was like, man, tell Lawrence I'm going to go check him out, man.
That nigga supposed to be on here tonight.
God damn.
Yo. But on a
Bring
real,
your snacks.
I
Bring your
got
Hennessy.
Modelo.
Nah, me.
Oh, you gotta bring the Dello for Jesus.
You gotta bring the Christmas trees for me.
See?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll bring the steakhouse rolls.
Yeah, we'll.
Night, y'all. Good night, y'all. I'm calling it a night. I'm gonna watch this.
He about to get in trouble. He's desperate.
You gotta hang up. Dang, Tony.
Watch Ant-Man, yo. I'm gonna watch Ant-Man, son.
All right, dog. Good talking to you, man. Good seeing you.
Salute, Tone. Be easy, bro.
Later. Hey, suck it easy. Suck it easy, man.
What'd you say?
Oh, no, I was saying suck it easy.
I thought you said you want to see what's in my pants leg.
No, man. I was saying suck it easy.
Close your eyes, Brandy.
Bye.
We about to tell him. Hold on, let me get him out of here. Hold on, let me get him out of here.
That boy crazy.
Got him out of there. Look, I kicked him out.
Oh, fuck.
Yo, I like this, man. Hopefully nobody don't bite my style real quick. You know what I mean?
Somebody will soon, man.
That shit is irritating. I hate that shit. Every time I come up with some, I don't want to say new idea, but it's new to the bully world, you know.
Yeah, I like this. This shit's legit. How many people you say can get on here? 10?
Yeah. And we can, you know what I'm saying, if the show run too long, like we can have some main niggas that'll stay on, but like, if it
people
gets,
listening.
We'll switch them out, like have other that.
But what about those of us who don't want to get off?
Well, we'll have to draw straws. I can't get kicked out there, man. It's my account, so I'm good. But yeah, we'll do that. It don't have to, we still got the chat room too, so as many people as they want could be in there. You know what I mean? So.
Is there an actual? Well, you do have a link, right? So we could share the link and people can come and get in the chat room or whatever.
Well, with this,
Damien done turned the lights out on us. Where he at?
Nah, I'm still here.
Where you at, man? Smile real quick. Smile real quick. There he is. I see you.
I'm not that dark, so you can see my
You see those teeth, though.
I see it.
You see those teeth, though.
I'll fuck with you, Damien.
But the link I think will just take them to where they can watch it to actually get on to the video chat. You have to get invited in.
Okay. Hell yeah, player. That's what I'm talking about, player.
Hey, Jesus, I like that photo that's on your wall.
Appreciate it.
I have guests too,
One of
and
my favorite movies.
than the radio shit because you actually looking at the person while they talking and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you can have, see, we get some special guests to come on and talk about shit all. we get to see certain people's dogs on any day or whatever. We'll figure it out and come up with like a little.
You gotta go ask them. You got something upstairs in your stuff.
Somebody took that.
Look, every Spanish motherfucker got the Scarface poster.
Hey man, don't hate on it, man. Goddamn, man.
He got the extra large joint. He said, "Fuck all the fight. I ain't getting that little poster with him with this." I got the whole movie poster.
That little calendar size poster.
That's my homeboy, man. That's my salute to motherfucking Scarface, man.
Hey.
I'm gonna be like him one day.
He's gonna be the Scarface of the bully world.
You know what I mean?
I ain't say that.
Too late. It's already on World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm.
Who the other person that's on?
Huh?
Let me see. That's you, Damian, Brandy, Sean, and me. That's it.
No,
That's it.
On the viewer, somebody that's watching. There's 2 people watching.
Damien, who watching?
Let me go check.
Oh, you could tell who's watching?
Yeah, we've been flipping back and forth, seeing who on the who watching it on YouTube.
Orale, Holmes.
Orale, vato.
Orale,
You got
shit.
4 people watching, Lawrence.
Huh?
You got 4 people watching.
Uh-oh, we done jump back up.
Boy.
Okay. We got some riders tonight.
Turn up.
You got Izzy, Luis again.
Luis! What's up, my boy?
Salute, Luis. Appreciate it.
Raphael. And
Raphael back. Salute,
So,
Raphael.
don't show me the third person. It's like unknowns. So somebody
Lurking. That's Tony trying to get back in. Like, you kick me out. Motherfucker.
Oh, Izzy wants to know, who do y'all think the best producer in the bully game is?
Little Tokyo's going to be the baddest producer, bro. Keep your eyes out on her.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Hold on.
Listen, man. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about none of this guy's about to show you.
Listen, I'm gonna show you the baddest dog you ever seen in your life, yeah? Alright? Nobody don't really know about this, only certain people know.
Hey, he's pocket. He's extreme pocket.
You never seen the pocket like this, man.
Are we talking about Kelly?
Hey, you ready to give away? Hey, you ready to give away your goddamn your secret sauce?
Yeah, he about to,
I don't know, man. Hell,
he about to pull out Phantom's daddy.
Don't get it all the way at once, dog.
Oh my God!
Damn! Got him!
Oh God!
Look at the phone, kid!
Oh, he made a right of all time.
Yo, I need to use that shit for my motherfucking dog, son. Hey, what's the stir fee, bro?
That's sweet, daddy.
That's exclusive. You can't even get none of that, man.
That's closed to the public for life.
But when you put that sperm in a bottle, you gotta add some.
Biggie quit.
Rehydrated, because
that shit come out in clumps. God damn, man. Stop messing with the old man, dog.
Oh,
Big
spoiled. You don't want to mess with it. Spoiled.
That's all. Look, I'm gonna drop a jewel on y'all. Before we go, I'm gonna drop a jewel on you.
Ah.
Good boy.
You got that spoiled juice.
The reason why that dog is still alive is because I don't take him to the vet. I ain't not.
Don't touch the screen, bud.
You dead ass.
Listen, I'm gonna drop a jewel on you. You wanna know why a lot of dogs die so early? Not like health problems, breathing problems, not them type of problems, but just like people who really take care of their dogs and their dogs be like 8 years old and shit like that. 16 years old.
Yeah.
He only been to the vet one time when he got attacked by my neighbor's dog. Okay?
That's a soldier right there. Original
The reason
gangster.
why he's not sick and not running around, he hasn't lost his sight, hearing, he lost his teeth. And that dog still jumps. He jumped on that couch by himself. I put him up there. He runs up and down the stairs, all of that. He's 16 years old. Them shots that you give your dogs every year poison the shit out of your dogs, and that's why people's dogs be dying so early, because them vaccinations stay inside their body. Yep. They go away, just like when you vaccinate your kids. It doesn't leave their body. So every year you pumping more and more and more, and it has to go through their kidney and their liver. Okay? All those chemicals you put in your dog from the wormers, the ivermectin, all that stuff has to pass through. You know what I'm saying? So, vets get the same shots your dogs get. They only get them one time. They don't get them every year. They only get them one time. That rabies shot they give your dog every year, that's poison. They don't need it. The doctors get the same rabies shot, and they get tested every year. How much of that is still in their system? There's always so much that they never need the shot again. So why would you give your dog that shot every year? That's why that dog is still alive.
Most people feel like it's an obligation, though, to be a responsible breeder, though.
You're killing your dog. You don't need it. And then you got to realize this. If you take your kitten or your puppy to the vet, they give them the same amount of vaccine that they give your German Shepherd if you take them to the vet. It's the same fucking amount in the shot. It's not a different volume, CC's, it's all the same shit.
I'll be right back.
That's why a lot of little dogs don't live as long as these dogs, because they're getting 4 or 5 times as much of that stuff as your German Shepherd is getting.
Yeah, I have 7 dogs, and my oldest dog is 10 years old, and he's only been to the vet once. Only been to the vet once, and that was to get his puppy shots for his parvo and his distemper and his rabies, and that was it. And the only thing that he had to get was another rabies shot about 2 years ago, because he got loose out of my yard and attacked someone's cat, and I was made to give him another rabies shot by the county.
You know that when you go to the vet, they offer you a 1-year rabies shot, and then if you don't want to come back next year, they say, all right, well, you can get the 3-year rabies shot. That's the same shot. It ain't no difference. The same fucking shot.
Exactly. But you know what most vets will tell you is that because we've taken in a lot of rescue dogs. That's what most of my dogs are anyways. It's just rescue dogs that people have abandoned in my yard or in our neighborhood or whatnot, and we've taken them in. And the vet will tell you that you can give a dog any shot that you need to give them as long as you are not knowledgeable that they've had it in the last 3 months. And they'll do it. They'll give the dog another shot. Even if the dog had a shot yesterday, but you don't know, you're not knowledgeable of it, they will give the dog yet again the same shot again. They don't care. It's all about money when it comes to that.
That's why they make you come back every year. Yo, listen, I got a dog. He's at my man's house. I got him in 2008. He only had a 5-1 and a 7-1. That's it. He never had no other shot.
Yep. I administer my own shots with the 5-1 and 7-1s because I just go to Tractor Supply and buy those. It's the same shit you get from the vet's office, but it's cheaper. You don't have to pay for a vet visit. You don't have to pay for none of that.
The only time my dogs go to the vet is for C-section, or if I don't know what's wrong with them.
Exactly.
Other than that, I treat all my dogs myself.
Exactly.
If you want to be a breeder, you need to know what you're doing. You shouldn't have to depend on the vet for simple little things, but they're going to rape you.
No, most people just say that they're taking their animals to the vet anyways, just to make themselves look good, but then again, they don't. I mean, either way. Number one, you don't have to take your dog to the vet every single year. They don't need to be vaccinated every single year.
You go to the doctor when you get sick. Why would you take your dog to the vet every year? That's how their pockets is getting fat. They get all these people that come there every year worrying about
their yearly shots and shit. My kids, I treat my dogs just like I treat my own children. My children only go to the doctor if it's an actual medical emergency. If they, have the flu or something, oh well, they go to the doctor just to get a checkup to make sure that it's nothing more than the flu. Do I give them their medication? Maybe. It's some of their antibiotics, but they don't go through the entire 7 days worth of it because of the simple fact that it's nothing but poison going into your body. That's all it is. And it's the same thing with my dogs. My dogs don't go to the vet unless it's an actual medical emergency. There's no need in it. When Tractor Supply and all these other or these other, pet places sell the shots for you, there's no need in going to a vet's office and paying a $40 or $50 freaking vet visit plus the vaccines plus all this other stuff.
And then, like,
me?
To me, that doesn't make any sense at all. That you would give a kitten the same amount of medicine that you would give a German Shepherd. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly. If you look at the dosage on the shots, the 5-in-1 and the 7-in-1 at Tractor Supply, it says that you can administer it to any pound of dog or cat. It doesn't matter because it's all the same shot. They get the same dosage no matter what. So it's the same.
Sometimes I don't give my puppies the whole shot, their first shot. Sometimes I'll split it, or I'll give them a little more than half, and then dump the rest out and hit the next puppy because that's a lot. That's a lot of medicine going in such a little body, man. Especially, like I said, if I got a Great Dane puppy and a little Chihuahua puppy, they should not be getting the same amount of medicine.
Exactly. Because what could cure something for the Great Dane puppy could actually kill your Chihuahua puppy. So.
They dose everything else. Why aren't the shots dosed? Every other medicine is dosed.
Exactly. They dose it for humans. I don't see why they wouldn't do it for animals as well. It goes by your weight when you're a human. Why wouldn't it go by the weight if you're an animal? That's just the same as your health coverage as a human. The hospitals will bill you, but yet a vet's office requires that you put a certain percentage of money down if it's a large bill. Yeah. I lost my female.
You're going to put all that money there.
Oh, yeah.
I lost.
You ain't going to know until that bill's paid.
But last Christmas, I lost my best friend, my female dog, Princess, because she had an upper GI blockage, and it was on Christmas night. Well, Christmas morning, I should say. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I called the vet to take her into the emergency vet here, and they told me that the surgery was going to be $5,000 and that I had to put down 40%. Who the fuck has 40% of that in their fucking pocket at Christmas? I mean, seriously, I couldn't afford that, and I had to watch my best friend die in my arms. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And it just absolutely blows my mind that a human being can walk into a freaking hospital with no insurance whatsoever, and they can walk out without having to pay a dime. But my dog is literally dying, and I have to give them at least almost half of that money right off the bat.
I mean, it's different for people. I mean, it's different for people, but don't get it twisted. You ain't got no insurance and you walk into the hospital and you tell them you don't have no insurance, I guarantee you are not going to get the same kind of care that who got
of course not, but at least you're getting some sort of care, though. That's my point, though.
Like when them young boys get shot and they got to do that exploratory surgery and cut them open, they shit don't be nice and neat when they put that shit back together. They get them fucked up scars going out of their stomach.
Fuck that. They tell you to go see your street doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Alright, it's 2:30.
Oh, you checking out? Your wife hollering at you in the back.
Hey, Lawrence, Izzy wants fancy.
Huh?
Izzy said, let him take fancy off your hands.
Fancy's already gone. That was supposed to be my baby. I had my heart
I think he means lingo.
Nah, but
it's all good though. I know there'll be more babies coming from the EBK line.
Izzy, you ain't ready for that, Izzy.
I think I'm gonna hit up Mama Jen when Kelly has them babies though.
She's supposed to be coming back up here to do the. She's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be.
Do we know, Law, if Kelly even took?
Nah, she ain't take.
Damn it.
I think she sent her up here too late. She was already in here.
Damn. That sucks.
Because when she came in heat, D wasn't ready to go get her yet. So we had to wait for him to go out there, get her, and bring her back. So by the
Yeah.
time she got back,
Why don't you guys try an AI next time?
no, we did an AI, but she was here, but she didn't. I don't think she was here in time. I think it was too late when she got here.
Well, that kind of sucks. But are y'all gonna try to do another repeat breeding of it?
Yeah, she's coming up. She might come up next month.
Oh yeah, that's what's up though.
I'm up with
That's what's up, though.
before she fall in. What happened? Sean got kicked off.
I think he left.
What about Damien?
No, I'm still here. I'm the one asking the questions.
I don't see you though. Oh yeah, I thought Brandy had a bigger box right there. You're right next to her. I got you.
Yeah,
Right
I'm all
on,
black.
homie.
It's like in real life.
Well, Jesus, you're right next to
You
me on my
stupid.
screen.
Damn it.
We got 4 viewers now. We trying to get off, y'all. Why y'all keep coming?
They got any questions, Damien?
Nah, no more questions right now. Oh, y'all never answered the producer. He said y'all never answered the producer question.
What? The best producer?
Who's the best producer?
It's hard to say, man, because everybody's got what they like the best from what a dog produces.
Are you talking female-wise or male-wise or both?
I think it's overall.
I can't really answer that, like, because what you think might be the best producer, I'm gonna think a different dog, and Damien gonna think a different dog, because it's all in perspective on what you like. So you can't really.
I'm here. I had to go check the YouTube page.
Okay. You can't really say who's the best producer, because it might not be what you like, the dog that I say. So dog that I think is producing nicely,
D.
my yard. I mean, I really like Magoo. A lot of people don't like him. I really like Magoo. I like Magoo a lot. I've always liked him.
Magoo, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I like it. When I first saw him and Havoc, it was between them two, and as they got older, I fell in love with them.
I think Bistro is he's producing himself over again with some of his.
Wow.
That puppy, that Thai guy, dumb shit is nice, but I don't like Bistro. I don't find nothing wow about him.
I think he has more of like the exotic face though, but he's, as far as production goes, I see a consistency in some of the pups.
Yeah, Ty produced the hell of it. But you see that bitch though that Ty had? That motherfucker was bad.
I haven't seen none of these dogs in person yet.
That dog, that Ty had,
to any of them.
Puppies is hard as shit. But as far as like his other productions, I'm not really wild about. I'm not wild about Bistro.
Shit, I like the bus. You seen the bus? I like that dog.
He's nice. I like him.
Three
I mean,
bus,
I'm not saying he don't have the wow though. He's a nice dog. He's a real nice dog, but I'm not wild about him.
You like D?
I saw a video of him and I was like,
I ain't seen no video.
but they had a video of him on his birthday. They bought him a bus birthday cake.
I tell you who's another badass dog that I like, man. Simmer. I guess you could say he looks like him. Uncle Si. I like that dog a lot, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I haven't seen
I've heard of Uncle Si.
I heard his name. I'm sure if I seen him, I'll be like, oh yeah, I seen him before. But I can't.
A guy named Chris Gagne has a very nice dog, man.
I just wish that some of these dogs that people call fire would actually look like fire in person, because I just went down to Orlando this past Sunday for a bully walk that what's her name, Jess from Heavy Blades Kennels, she posted the bully walk down in Orlando. And let me tell you something, I have more than half of them people that showed up there on my page on Facebook, and their dogs' pictures are some badass looking dogs in their pictures, but in person they don't look the same. They don't look the same at all. They look lanky. They look
Photoshop.
skinny. They don't look the same as they do in the pictures, where in the pictures they look beefy, they look short, they look stocky and compact. But in person, it's like, how the hell are you making money off these dogs and they look like trash? Like, I
It's
just don't
the
understand.
camera.
It ain't even Photoshop.
And-
It's angulation.
It's
And
If
the
you learn
a lot of it has
angulations,
to do with angulation of your camera.
that's it.
Because let me tell you
That's
something.
why
It's the
I
camera.
try.
videos, because
My camera lies on Biggie. Like, y'all just don't understand. I say this all the time. Cameras lie, and in some cases it could be a good lie, meaning like your dog looks good, but it lies on them, meaning that it makes them look tall, it makes them look skinny, but in person they're short and stocky and compact.
you just
Like
have
with
to
Biggie,
take pictures.
I had so many people at this bully walk be like, damn, he looks so tall in his pictures, but yet I'm standing here in front of him and he's so short and he's compact and he's full and he's everything that I want in my program. But as far as picture wise goes, even me getting on the ground and taking ground level pictures of him, he looks
You want to
tall.
put something in the picture, not like a fucking bottle. Like you want to have things in the background that you can use as a something.
Measuring cup.
Measuring cup.
Like if you sit a dog on
2 cups or 4 cups tall.
My bad, Lawrence. I tried to finish a sentence. That didn't work.
Look, if you take a picture of the dog right here on this couch, right? You know how high that couch is around. So if I took a picture of the dog right in front of this couch, you will be able to tell how tall he is. So that's what you need to do. Like, don't put nothing next to him. Like, oh, look at this soda bottle next to my dog. But you want to put.
That's what I'm gonna look at if it's a Sprite bottle.
You know what I'm saying? You want to put something that you can.
Make sure you can see the full ounces on that Sprite bottle, though, because people be lying and be putting like a 2-liter up next to them.
Most definitely.
Just turn that bottle just a little bit, to where that full ounces goes away.
But see, that's why I started doing a lot of videos in the last 2 years
because Jesse put him on to do the videos because he's seen a video of Red Bull. Tell the truth, man. God damn, you don't never give my credit, man. I never want to give my motherfucking credit, man. He seen one video of Red Bull 3 stacking. He said, "Oh my God, I gotta goddamn reenact this."
Yeah. The reason why I do so many videos is because I noticed that a lot of people in this game like to copy everything that you do. If they see you have even a little bit of success at it, they copy everything you do. So by me putting up so many videos of my dog, it forces people to try to compete with me, and then they expose their hand because now you got that dog doing the like this. So
Exactly.
that's why I do more videos than pictures. I just started recently even using my camera again. My cameras, look at all the dust on my motherfucking camera. I don't even fucking use this. You know that motherfucking dirt on my there? I don't
You
use
should be ashamed of yourself showing that dust.
I got a camera. I haven't used it in a long time. I mean, I got a camera.
Damn, I can't even believe the battery still works.
You know,
Got him.
Got him.
I charge it. I keep it charged. I don't let the batteries die out and get bad, but I don't use it.
Hey,
Photoshop is the devil.
My phone shoots 4K video, so I just use my phone.
hey. If we about to shut it down, we got one last question for the evening. More shit, morning.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to shut it down.
Let's get this last question in, and call it a morning. Last question. And say, who did you guys look up to when you first got into the bully game?
I looked up to Antonio McClenny.
Excel.
I was all
Champion
about
Rick
Ichiban.
Ross.
I was all about Ichiban when I first started about it, and then when I found out that he had Rick Ross and Yoko Nono, I was like, hell yes, that is what I want to get into.
You said Yoko Nono.
Rick
What's
Ross.
his name? Is that his name?
I'm cold.
Nah,
as
it's
hell,
a
bro. It's like fucking 30 degrees
Yokozono.
out
It's
here.
a Yokozono.
Yeah, Yoko Yo-Yo.
Anyways,
Yoko no.
I looked up
Yoko no.
Antonio, she didn't mean nothing by it, buddy. If you watch it, she didn't mean nothing by it.
I looked up to his dogs until I found Miss Jen, and then from there, she's kind of got my attention on the pockets, basically. So that's where I've went to from there. But when I first started 3 years ago with my researching and everything, my very first thing I ever saw was on Facebook, and it was a YouTube clip of Ichiban, and it was a documentary from Ed. And he was talking about Dax, and he was talking about Barbie, and he was talking about Ichiban. And when I saw Ichiban, I was like, oh my god, I need a dog like that. But I've kind of
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that last picture of Ichiban like a month ago?
No.
Did you see it, Al?
I'm not hip.
Where the dude came from China and had him like stacked up?
No.
Bruh, that shit looked horrible. He looked like a crackhead. He looked bad.
What did he do? Lose a lot of weight?
A whole lot of weight. That picture's circulating somewhere. He was looking bad. But he was a nice dog. He ain't that old. Shit, he's about 5'6".
Wait, no, that picture. I think you're talking about Primo.
Oh, that was Primo, wasn't it? You're right. I'm sorry. That was Primo. I'm sorry. My bad. My fault.
Put them fucking Photoshop ass pictures of that dog, man, and there's been video of that dog on YouTube for a long time, and nobody wanted to go see it. I seen it. That motherfucker don't look nothing like them pictures at all, and this was from 2012.
Who, Primo?
Yes.
Yeah, Primo definitely got Photoshop photos.
He don't look anything like them pictures.
A lot of people
He
say
does
that
have a
Dax's
big head,
pictures are Photoshopped
but
too.
they exaggerated everything about that dog, man.
Some of Dax's photos are Photoshopped.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some videos of Dax walking, and you can see that he has clearly a sway back, but in most of his pictures, they have Photoshopped it to make it look like he doesn't have a sway
Well,
back.
they added a lot of neck and shoulder to him, too. And
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah, one of the easiest things to do, I'm a nerd, I'll take a picture of a dog I like, and I'll import it into Photoshop. And if it's been Photoshopped, it'll show you the layers that people added to the picture. I've done that with a lot of dogs.
Where do you get that app from?
Well, the pixels will change.
Shit, that ain't no app. Photoshop's expensive. The real
I have a
Photoshop.
full license copy of Photoshop.
Yeah, I got all that shit. I got Lightroom, Photoshop, Sony Vegas.
Then Lawrence be photoshopping the hell out of Phantom, y'all. I seen Phantom in person. He looks like that dog on the couch.
The truth has been revealed.
Go in any picture, pick any picture you want, put in Photoshop. You see, I ain't do nothing but change the tone of the picture. That's it. I don't do all of that. And I might burn like in the muscles. Like you see how right here is darker than right here. I'll take a dark thing. It's called burn, and just darken this right here. So this is more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so you Photoshop it? I got the motherfucker on video talking about it. Get him!
You got dodge and burn. And
Let me record this shit, man. Goddamn. Hold on.
This part right here where the light.
What is it?
I'm trying to teach you something, Jesse. You see this part right here where the light is hitting it and it's real light at?
Yeah, I see.
That's called the dodge. You hit the white on that and it brings that light out more, and then the burn you hit up in the shadows and it defines the shadows more. That's all it does.
Some of these white-faced dogs need that, though, because it makes their muzzles look too long in some pictures.
Oh, white. Yeah, white's a funky-ass color for pictures.
Black, though, black always makes their fucking face look so damn small and, like, pushed together.
Brown makes them look good. Brown makes them look good.
Brown!
I don't know. Some brown can make it look like a long muzzle as well. It just depends on your lighting.
You didn't get it.
Shit.
Brown people.
Yeah. Haha.
She didn't get it.
I got it now. Thank you.
All right, Jesus, who got you in the bully game?
Me, man, look at here, man. The infamous OG Gary Doc Moore, the little brother of Tony Moore. Tony Moore is the guy that produced Juan Gotti. I dealt with Gary, his little brother. He lives out in Texas now. He's from LA though. And that's who I got into it with, man. That was my mentor. That's the guy that taught me everything I know, and that's the guy I salute that dude. Gary Moore from Blue Star Kennels. That was the man that got me involved in it.
All right,
Back in like '03.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead. I'm done.
My bad.
I'm done. Go ahead, brother.
My mentors got me started in the game was Sean and Christy. Oh, somebody got jokes. Sean and Christy Kane from the Kane Kennels up out of Emporia, Virginia. They got this boy named Hova the God. Marcelo, maxed out special ed. Bred to what was that girl name? Ferguson's Pebbles. So they really got me in the game. Helped me with a lot of knowledge on the pockets. Really turned me out on the pockets. I love them. But shout out to the King Kennels up out in Emporia, Virginia. Salute.
Funny, right? My young bro, he's from HD Bullies.
Who?
My man from HD Bullies.
I can't hear you, Law.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said my homeboy from HD Bullies, Highly. The guy that was here earlier when we first started the show. I was driving out the street one day, and he was the first person I seen with a bully. And then I started doing my research and all that, and then I came across Denzel and Remy. And at that time, they was like my two favorite dogs. So they like the ones that really drew me into liking the bullies and all that. And then who did I like after that? Cartman, and you know what I'm saying? I used to be really into the bigger dogs, standard dogs. As I got, grew up in the game, I started like, those were the two dogs that I liked the most when I came in the game. That was Denzel and Moore.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up, though, Lawrence.
It was the two most popular dogs. Most of the searches you would find those dogs anyway. So I guess that at that time, 2008, it wasn't really nothing else that was as popular to me. I mean, you had Pago and all other dogs, but to me, the dogs that really stood out to me was Denzel. But now you look back at some of them dogs that really impressed you back then, and you look at them now, and they don't look like nothing.
Yeah, you're right, man. I look at some shit I used to have and like, I'm like, oh my God.
Like Paco. I mean, I've seen pictures of Paco, and I was like, man. And then a few years later, I seen a video of him, and I was like, yo, he won shit.
Yeah. He's a legend, though, man. Paco's a legend, man. Paco is a legend.
At his time, he was definitely the man. But you look back now, it's like your old, one of your old girlfriends. You be like, yo, you so in love with this chick, and then you see her 10, 15 years later, you be like, yo, she ain't shit. What the fuck?
She's a dud.
Like, I was in love with this freak. Oh. So, I mean, it's like that with the dogs. You see some of the dogs that you first fell in love with, and then you see how the dogs have progressed so much as far as the girth and the bone, and you look back. Like, I mean, Greyhound dogs, the Juan Gotti blood and all that shit, them dogs were, like, massive looking when they first came out. The bone was crazy. It was like, God damn.
And now you look at him and it's like
Uh,
a big ass dog now.
yeah, this is a big ass dog. You right, man. You right. We talking about my motherfucking gray line dogs though, bro.
I had my first bitch was Remy and Greyline, and that was the meanest fucking bitch ever. And her ass had to get fucked up out of here. You know?
Hey, that gray line blood, goddamn, boy, that shit's crucial, bro. It's hot blood.
So is that old school Gotti.
Yeah, that's what gray line is.
She attacked every minute in my house, man. Even balls. When she attacked balls, that was her end. She had to go after that. I tried to beat the shit out of that. So she bit him like. She's one of them dogs. She wouldn't bite and grab and shake. She would go.
You're chopping at that mother.
She just got balls all over the side of his face, man, all over his nose and everything. That was it for her. It would be over anything. Like she's one of them dogs that it could be over water, it could be over food, it could be over a toy, a stick, a piece of plastic, whatever it is. If you got it, if she want it, she don't.
It's on.
She don't show her teeth. She don't growl and posture. She just goes from this to
damn.
Like real quick. So she had to go. That's that. You got two. I mean, you dealing with. You got to remember back in the '90s. That's what people bred for. They wanted the biggest dog that would have everybody moving out the way when you coming down the street, jumping on top of cars and shit. That's what everybody wanted back then. So you feel you got a hot ass Remy dog and a hot ass Greyline dog, and you put them together, and that's what the fuck you got, baby fat. She was a fucking monster.
That's crucial.
And everything she produced, that's why I stopped using that blood too, and I started making sure I concentrate a lot on my temperaments, because people say it's not the dog, it's the owner. That's bullshit. If you're a breeder, you know that aggression is a trait, and if you're breeding aggressive dogs, you're gonna get aggressive puppies. And I got so many calls on all them puppies that I sold from her. That's why I don't breed any of that up close Remy and any of that up close Greyline shit, none of that shit, because them dogs are hot. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with them dogs. And as soon as they reach maturity, they want to attack it.
Yep. I got fucked out of $2,500 for my dog Triton because I was lied to. I was sold dreams, basically, and was given shit in the long run. I got fucked out of his papers. I found out that his mother's papers are hung anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered if I would have got his papers or not. And then come to find out he has old school Gotti lines in him, and he is the most sweetest dog when it comes to people, but when it comes to dogs, he is aggressive. It's nothing but aggression. Even when he plays aggressively to the point to where he actually starts fights with my other dogs, and he can't be around my other dogs. I thought he was doing law. You remember I was talking to you about him when I first bought him and brought him home on Jamie McClendon's radio show. I was talking to you about his food aggression. I told you about his food aggression. Well, he got attacked through my fence by a neighborhood mutt, and he has never been the same ever since. Now he's even more aggressive. He is more food aggressive. He doesn't bite me, but if another dog was to come around his cage, he would get aggressive through his cage. That's
a natural trait that was bred into Greyline dog. Well, I mean, it's a pit bull trait.
Exactly. But my point is that you can't always trust everybody in this game because they will lie to you just to make that dollar, and that's some seriously fucked up shit, because now I have to live with a dog. I have to live with the choice of either keeping this dog or having him put down because of his aggression, and that's a hard choice to make, especially when you fall in love with a dog he's a year and a half now. I mean, he's a year and a half. And number one, I was told that he was supposed to be a pocket size. Here it is a year and a half later, and he's over 20 inches tall, and he weighs 130 pounds. He doesn't have a bully face at all. He looks more like someone took a pit bull and a bully and mixed them together, because he has that long snout like the pit bull, but he has the stock body like a bully. I mean, 130
Welcome to the bully world.
exactly. If it wasn't for Jamie McKennan's radio show, and for me meeting Law and Miss Jen and Tony Gold and all them, I seriously would have probably just washed my hands of the breed and the community all together. But I do have to give props to y'all. Y'all brought my faith back, and I got what I wanted from Miss Jen. And now I've been doing my research more, and I call myself Law's little stalking hawk because I stalk his yard, I stalk his Facebook page, everything, because I want to be a part of what is, what the standards are about. I don't want to
I'm gonna
go
tell you right now.
outside of the limitations of the registry or nothing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, while you waiting to grow in the game, you want to make sure you don't wait until.
I think you're lagging, Law, because I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you put the
Yeah.
bass in the. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait until like you got puppies on the ground or you get the dogs that you want to start promoting yourself. That's gonna be so important to how much success you have in generating interest in your kennel and your puppies and shit like that. It's not waiting until you got puppies to start interacting. I mean, which you already interact, but you want to start now building your brand.
Right.
You want to build your brand. You want to make sure, like, every chance you get, you want people to see who you are and not forget it. So you don't want to wait until I finally got everything I want. Now let me start building. You want to start building now. So if you get what you want. Now it's time to take off.
Yeah.
And that's You're
right.
Yeah, this year we're actually going to be branching out and getting kennel shirts made and logos for our truck made and stuff, and just promoting ourselves as basically as a person. And because right now our only dog that we have that's show quality is Biggie, and that's it. He's my only paper dog that I have. So
quality dogs and all that to do it.
He's the only thing that I have that can even really put us in the show ring. But I mean, I know it goes more beyond than just the show ring to promote yourself, and that's why we're gonna start getting kennel shirts made and logos and stuff.
You need to get cards.
Yeah.
And don't get no cheap shit with the double.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now is business cards, flyers. I got my shirts already.
Yeah.
I'm just working on business cards, flyers.
See my banner back there. I got another banner.
Damn, you lagged out. Bad.
I got another banner right here. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, shit. Boy, goddamn, you official.
I got on my shirt. I got.
Yo, I like that shit. Who made that? Brandon Stinnett made that, didn't he?
I got Tula Dixon. You put the light. I put the lights on top. And just this shit, the letters and all this shit, it lights up. All of this shit is just clear and it lights up on it.
Shoot me some info on the person who made that, bro. Cause I like them. I've seen them before. I want one of those.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's official right there. That'd be badass.
I want to put a picture of my face on one of them.
This joke. See, even this got my kennel name on it. You see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wanna brand yourself everywhere. I got these joints. I got mad t-shirts. I got sweatshirts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wanna when I go to I take them pictures with me. You know what I'm saying? And I put them on the table. You know what I'm saying? I take this shit right here with me. You feel me? You wanna make sure when you show up, everybody knows that you're not playing no game, that you for real about your shit.
Yeah. Well, I've made a promise to myself this year that this year I am going to make the leap and get in the show ring. I'm going to start promoting myself. I'm going to be 100% fully hearted into this, you know, with everything, showing, promotion, traveling to these shows and everything. Right now, we're just limited to all of our Florida shows that we can get to, which limits us with the registries that we're able to show with, because Biggie does not qualify in the UKC because he's registered as an American Football Terrier.
So I was in the
And-
UKC anyway. The UKC does not respect the American bully. You register your dog as an American bully, you lose all your PR rights and your fucking background on your dog, and you're starting from scratch. So you don't
Started from the border, now we're here.
don't worry about UKC. UKC is not an American bully register.
Yeah, I mean, they're accepting the breed now, but their guidelines on it are totally off.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You're paying $50. You're paying 2.5 times more than everybody else is paying.
Exactly, because you have to pay $20 to register them, plus you have to pay another $50 to change the breed, and you're only allowed to change it one time. So if you change it from ABT to, you know, to freaking American Bully,
Ain't no going back.
There ain't no going back on it at all.
You can't breed to other dogs that are not registered that way, and you lose your whole background. It's like you starting with just your dog.
Exactly, and that's the only reason. That's the only reason why I will not change his registration with the UKC, because right now he's purple ribboned with them because he's got over 7 generations of the breed with UKC.
It's like buying a CKC dog.
Yeah, exactly. CKC to me is a joke anyways. They'll take anything as long as you give a picture to them and it looks like what you're describing it should be.
Hey guys, I hate to cut you guys off, man, but I'm out of here, man. It was good chopping it up with y'all, man. I'm gone.
We'll end up on this bitch till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, hell yeah. I gotta look, man. I gotta go. I gotta wake up early and goddamn go jog and shit. I jog every morning for 10 miles, y'all.
Why you
in your sleep?
10 miles
in your sleep.
Oh my God!
Jog
Hey, look.
10 miles in your sleep.
Boss shit, man. All right, y'all. Y'all be.
Yo,
be breezy.
thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. See you next time, bro.
Salute. I'm out.
No, that nigga ain't even wait for the peace out. That nigga. All right, we done, viewers.
All right, y'all be easy. I'm out.
Finally,
all right, brother. Thank you,
Fabian
man.
has brought
for sure.
RKC to Florida, though, so we're going to try to get into some RKC shows this year, too.
Okay. All right, it's just me, you, and Damien. I'm about to get off. Damien, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your help. Yeah.
I'm fixing to get off of here, too.
All right,
like
no
3
problem, man. Talk to y'all later.
I'll definitely let you know when the next one is, and we got to come up with some ideas to keep it popping, keep it fresh, keep people wanting to come back. So we want to do this. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes.
All right, man.
Let's just keep the shit talking out of it, though. Like, I think that's what ruined Jamie's radio show was. All the shit talking.
We ain't. It's not gonna be none of that. We ain't gonna do none of that.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
supposed to be promoting each other and holding each other up to our
Positivity.
to everything.
It's pretty much gonna be a round table type thing where everybody sit down and you're allowed to have your own view. Ain't nobody gonna get at you for it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta agree, but you know that's what it's for. And it's better to be able to look at somebody when they're talking to you. So
exactly.
We'll get it. We'll get it together. Try to get here a little earlier. I don't know. We might do one tomorrow if people want to get on. If not,
Well, I have to work a double tomorrow, so you suck.
You can always watch it on YouTube.
I know, right?
All right. Good night.
Right. It was good talking to you, fam. I'll get back with you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.